Oh wait, I'm still not getting live chat? Uh-oh. I thought that OBS would pull up the dog as soon as I started streaming, but it just seems to be my live control panel conditions. Interesting. Is there no common feature on this update? No, there is. There we go. Okay, let's see what chat's been saying. We got an OO from Blanco. Of course, condemn us first. Oh, come on, Alex. It took me 4 goddamn months to muster up the courage to come to terms with the truth, I guess. No, I'm already getting called out before even the stream began. The truth of the culprit and facing it as Will is about to finish his conversation with Claire, or the truth of Eureka never coming back. There was one of those truths I have not accepted yet. One of those two I've not accepted. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and advertise the stream over a few socials. I prepared with the messages ahead of time so I could just do them in rapid fire. And I totally did not accidentally send out the announcement of the stream starting early by accident. Alright, let's get it on Blue Sky next. There we go. It's obviously been 4 months. Hello, Kilato. Wait, I have to sign in to join chat, even though I signed in to use OBS? That makes no sense. Wait, I have to sign in to respond to chat messages? What? If I'm not signed in, how the hell am I streaming? Because I already signed in to connect my YouTube account on OBS. What the fuck? Ah, crap, I cursed in the first 5 minutes of the stream. Oh, well. At least not 2 years. You're doing better? Oh, yes, I am doing much better. The last 4 months have been a little hectic. And I did hit heavy senioritis, so yeah, I definitely had a little bit of an interesting time these past few months, but I am back streaming. Even though I'm as awkward as ever, because I have not done this in 4 months. Alright. Even though technically I'm responding through chat via just like saying my responses, I want to have the capability of just writing something in chat. Skill issue, no. That's a skill issue on OBS, not on me. It would have been hilarious if that just like exploded on me on camera. Alright. I'm gonna get a little bit settled in before I start the stream, but I think we're getting to the epilogue of episode 7, if I remember correctly, where we left off, because Claire just finished her story. At least that's what I think is going on. I might be a little shaky since I'm very rusty at streaming, and also I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty on my Umineko knowledge, but I know that Claire just finished her story, so we're going to hear the responses from Leon and Will. At least what I'm expecting. Or we might get a little bit of Burn Castle doing the Burn Castle thing. Yeah, I really do not trust her right now. Like, she's gonna pull some shit soon. Especially once the story's, like, you know, done and over, because this is technically her board game, if I remember correctly. But, yeah. Lack of Carolina Reaper will make that soda exploding in your hand fun. Lack of Carolina Reaper. I have to get a hold of one, actually, since, in general, I just want to, you know, have a whole Carolina Reaper. Like, I've tried a Ghost Pepper raw before, but not a Carolina Reaper. I've only had it mixed in with other stuff, as well as, like, you know, mixed into a hot sauce. But the raw pepper itself, I really want to try it. Why don't you trust Burn? She's the best witch, sad face. Remember her from Higurashi? So fun. Oh man, I was gonna jokingly say, nah, I like Satsuko better as a witch, but I know that's a controversial take, and I am not getting into that today. What Satsuko was doing in Higurashi Sotsu and Go was not cool at all. Even though I want to, you know, jokingly make a video later this year after I finish Go Sotsu finally. if I do finish it eventually. I hope it's going to be by the end of 2025, but I can't make promises. But yeah, if I finish Ghost Sotsu, I want to jokingly make a video, probably on April Fool's Day, so that people know for sure it's a joke, about why Satoko was in the right and Ghost Sotsu as a joke. Oh yeah, no, there's going to be someone out there that's actually going to take it seriously. Always trust the witches. I do not. I do not and will not. Whew. Those are all loud pops. I don't know if the microphone picked up on it. But yeah, I think I'm good now to start streaming. Before I started, I found out you could do more transitions than the fade in and fade out for the camera. So that was a moving effect, and this is a slider. It is so stupid, but my god. Speaking of Satoko, your Discord stream channel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just a Satoko roll emoticon. Okay. Okay. I thought it was going to be a cursed meme. I mean, it's been a little while since we had a cursed meme, since I'm not streaming in a while, so I do know for sure someone's going to send me something cursed. Or, you know, write something very cursed in the chat for the Corner of Shame. And yes, I still have the Corner of Shame up for, like, the most atrocious quotes that I see through chat. But, yeah. Hopefully the game's not too loud. Please let me know if the game or me are too loud or too quiet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Alright, it is time. Who can handle the truth?
これで私の話はおしまいです。
We've been talking about this corner of pride. You take pride, I know. Most of the time, people should be ashamed of what they write, but I know it's a pride thing now because you got the funny man on camera to acknowledge your comment. For I have never been more prideful, yep. The corner of shame has turned into a corner of pride, the exact opposite of what it was meant for.
あら、それでおしまい?
Also, I did not get Umineko project working during these 4 months, but to be fully honest, I kind of forgot about it, so that's kind of on me.
そこからの2年間が楽しいんじゃないの?
But I actually don't mind No 7th Mod for this. Like, it's a little weird not seeing their mouths move after 2 years of watching the character's mouth move, but it's not the worst in the world.
必要ね。どれだけ苦しみ、葛藤したか。過去のゲームであれだけ語らせて、これ以上語らせる必要はね。
魂が満たない家具たちの葛藤ですか。決闘はしたのです。決着もつきかけていました。しかし1986年という年はあまりに無慈悲が過ぎました。
Oh. Also, I'm gonna move the chat window real quick since I'm seeing the background feedback of the game while also playing the game, which is a little distracting. No, I did not want to dock this. No, don't dock chat. Alright, it should be good now. Yeah, no, I just wanted to see chat in the game, but I did not want to see the game feedback in the background of OBS. I'm still working from one monitor, although in the future I really hope to get a second monitor set up once I'm done with college.
運命を呪ったろうな。
はい。あと1年早ければ、あるいは遅ければ。
決闘の勝敗は違う形ではあってもついただろうな。
Silently, Claire hung her head. If only I had been given time. Or else, if I hadn't been given time to worry. I hate everything. Why did it have to be 1986? Pleb or filthy casual for not having a second monitor. I'm a college student, that's my excuse.
委ねる決断をしました。委ねる。先代当主より全てを受け継いだ儀式の時のように、私もまた奇跡という名の運命に身を委ねることを選びました。
The end of the world. Alright. I think this might be my first time hearing this song since I don't recognize it. At first I thought it was like, you know, a previous song we've heard, but this definitely sounds new to me. And yes, it really does get off the dramatic feel of this scene, so I'm gonna continue playing the scene, but I might do a little bit of analysis of this piece a little bit later. But it works so well with this. It may be more accurate to say that I abandoned myself to the choice of the roulette. We could not even decide our own fate. So we let fate decide everything for us. Perhaps one of us will find what they seek. Or perhaps all will be joined and released. Or perhaps someone will put a stop to this folly.
どの運命をルーレットが指し示そうとも、私はそれに従うことにしました。私は運命に抗わない。抗ったって、いつだって運命は私に非常だったんですから。
Claire hung her head and let a single tear drop down. Humans will carelessly say that people possess infinite possibilities. However, the Endless Witch knows how limited those possibilities really are. So, out of her limited fate, she tried to create the infinite. By entrusting her fate to God, she tried to create the infinite. However, this did not mean that she was resigned to her fate. She spun the roulette of fate with an unshakable and certain will. A certain fate where absolutely no one could escape if the epitaph was not solved. She sealed off the island with it, herself included. October 4th and 5th, 1986, were sealed away by an absolute and certain will. And she abandoned herself to that short span of time, and the one fate out of many that would be chosen on that island.
これで今度こそ私の告白はおしまいです。私の事件への動機はもう十分でしょう。これでわからぬならもはや語りません。どうせ私の心など誰もわからぬでしょうから。
そうだな。もうそれ以上を語る必要はね
え。運命の袋小路に迷い込んだ私にとって、リオン、あなたがどれほどの希望であるかわかるでしょうか。私はあなたの別の可能性。あなたが幸せであることは妬ましく、そしてそれ以上に眩しくて嬉しいのです。あなたという未来があり得た。今の私にはそれだけで救いなのです。私は私の分まで幸せになってください。あなたに最後に会えてよかった。感謝します。
We just started, man. We just started, man. You can't get the tear work. You can't get the tears coming out within 15 minutes of the stream. God damn it. Oh, man. Like, all the previous parts of chapter, 7 were all coming back to me as, I was, reading this scene. And fuck. Fuck, already the words are hitting hard at this chapter. Fuck.
ベルンカステル卿、私はあんたの葬儀を執り行ってるだけ。感謝なんていらないわ。ではそろそろおしまいにしましょうか。
I mean, this is truly a tragedy.
亡者は亡者の国へそろそろ送り出されるべきだわ。
Be happy you didn't read this right after watching Yasu's meeting with Kenzo last chapter. Oh, I probably would have been crying.
はい。私のお葬式なのですから。私はあるべきところへもう帰りましょう。そんな顔をしないで。そしてあなたが私でなかったことをどうか喜んで。私もまたあなたが私でないことを喜んでいるのですから。行きます。あなたの分まで。ありがとう。幸せになって。そして素敵な人と出会って。願わくばあなたが魔女として目覚めず人間として生き、一なる魂を持って愛するたった一人の人を愛し抜ける、そんな人生を送ることを願っています。はい。ウィルさん、あなたという傍観者に感謝します。あなたは私が本当に理解してほしかったあの人ではないけれど、私の心を救ってくれました。
俺はお前を理解する。心をないがしろにしね
え。ありがとう。私は理解してくれた素晴らしき傍観者のあなたに私の最後を委ねたいと思います。
俺でいいのか。
はい。私にとって大事なのは縁ある人ではなく理解してくれた人です。
The one I wanted to understand didn't. A person I don't know did understand. There's nothing sad about it. On the contrary, I'm grateful for this miracle. And we all know who makes miracles happen. A person was able to understand, even though he has no relation to me.
あなたは良き傍観者であり、私を理解してくださったたった一人の人。それで縁には十分です。
わかった。
私の心臓を名もなき素晴らしき傍観者のあなたに捧げます。リオン。
Bird is trustworthy. She made this happen. She was Claire's salvation. I mean, you're not wrong with that comment. I'll give you that. You're not wrong about Burn Castle technically being the salvation of Claire right there. You're not wrong. As much as I hate to admit it.
下がりなさい。
Goddess Gardena. Gardena. Goddess Gardena? Or Goddess Gardena? It might be Gardena. I'm not for sure though. Moon. What's up with the moon emoji, Kilato?
何が始まるんですか？ミステリーは探偵が引導を渡さない。
Oh wait, oh, was my webcam on the corner where the text box were? Hold on, let me move my webcam real quick. What? I did not mean to put it on the bottom. Crap. I just now realized that my webcam was on the bottom corner. Oops. That was a preset for videos I sent to my team while developing games. My bad. Because a lot of the stuff for our game is in the top corners of the screen, down in the bottom corners like visual novels.
お前の心臓だけ止めればいいのか。
死者を弔うとき、心臓だけを棺に収めますか？
わかった。土より生まれたものは土に帰る。お前のすべてを土に返そう。
土は土に、灰は灰に、塵は塵に。幻は幻に。そして夢は夢に。
It's been so long, I forgot the box wasn't supposed to be there regularly. I mean, I've been gone for so long that I didn't even check the webcam box. In 07th mod? Oh, no, I was talking about the webcam for the boxes. I don't think there's upper boxes in 07th mod. I know that there is a possibility to have the text over the characters, but typically I don't like that in visual novels. So I usually keep a text box in the bottom of the screen.
それでは始めましょう。私の埋葬を。
Alright, it's time.
いつでもいい。
始めましょう。まるで私の最後のゲームの最後のように。
Light gathered at Will's back, and a sword materialized there. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more merciful than a fucking sword. What the fuck? You know, I thought something else. The thing is, I was thinking something else was gonna happen for Claire's death here. I was not expecting a fucking sword. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more peaceful. Slowly, he drew it out. Its pitch black tip, which could neatly slice apart truth from fiction, swung once, leaving a black trail, and then again, leaving a white trail.
真実と虚構を切って分ける。ひな。
Golden Nocturne. Following Will's lead, a similar sword appeared in Claire's hand. Oh wait, are they fighting? Its tip glinted silver, the opposite of Will's. Oh.
第1のゲーム。
Oh shit. Oh, I didn't realize that it was gonna go over the games right here. Oh! Oh, this is putting the mystery to rest. I understand what's happening here. I thought she was gonna lay down the coffin as Will, like, gives a prayer, and then that's how it's gonna be ending. I did not realize they were actually about to go to Battle of Truth and Fiction. You know, I was not expecting that, to be fair.
園芸倉庫に6人の死体。
Your solutions, Michael. Oh shit, we're actually doing this now. I was not ready for that today. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. Wow, okay. Hold on. My solutions. My solutions. Aw, shit. Oh, man. First game, first Twilight, 6 corpses in the gardening shed. Okay, so that was the first Twilight of the first game where they discovered the bodies of Shannon, Rudolph, Ava. No, Ava was alive. Ah, fuck. Give me a moment, stream. Give me a moment. If you want my solutions, give me just one moment. I'll be right back. You said you wanted my solutions, you will get my solutions! Ugh. You said you wanted solutions, you will all get solutions today. Okay. Merry Christmas, Capibar. He never comes back and the stream stays on forever. Okay, so first Twilight of the first night of the first game. It is Shannon, Goda, Rudolph, Kyrie, Klaus, and Rosa. Yeah, Calato, he backed away slowly, then ran through the door. Well, I'm back now. Is that a Rattletail? Oh, that's a worm. Yeah, that's a worm right there. Hold on. Yeah, that's a worm. Oh, the board might be a bit hard to see. I'm gonna have to turn down the lights a little bit. Yeah, the lights are blaring right on the whiteboard. But, yes. Yes, it is truly time for theories. Alright, so for the first Twilight of the first game, hopefully I don't have to erase my friends' drawings. Like, they do, like, drawing on my whiteboard quite a bit, so I don't, want to, erase their drawings, but, let's see. So, first Twilight, oop, my space heater. I almost killed myself with the space heater. Okay, so, first Twilight. First game. Victims were Shannon, Goda, Cross, Natsui. Yeah, Shannon, Goda, Klaus, Natsui, Rudolph, and last but not least, Kyrie. So, first Twilight, first game, the victims were Shannon, Goda, Klaus, Natsui, Rudolph, and Kyrie. Alright, my solution for this one. Not for sure what I would say for my solution of this one. Okay, so they were found in the storehouse, so location found was storehouse. And the cause of death, or COD as I'm going to abbreviate it to, mutilation of all corpses. Yeah, so all the corpses were mutilated. So, oh god, the lens flare. Alright, so the first Twilight's first game, the victims were Shannon, Goda, Klaus, Nazi, Rudolph, Kyrie. The location was in the storehouse. That was the cutest little whoops. What do you mean by whoops? Well, yeah, no, the location was the storehouse, and the cause of death is mutilation. Alright, so... This is a bit of a tough one. Is Claire going to give us more details about that? Hold on, let me get my earbuds back on. Alright, Claire. Do you have any more stuff for us? Or that might be the... Oh, are you about to give the answer? Okay, I think he's about to give the answers, and also that's a really cool CG. That is a super cool CG. We'll get to that in a moment. And that's what we live to the end, Michael. Fuck! Wait, it was not Natsui, oops. It was Rosa, it was Rosa. My bad. My bad. My bad. Did I really forget the first game this much that I forgot that Natsui lived to the very end with one of the most badass scenes where, you know, she literally defends everyone with a fucking shotgun? God, how the hell do I forget that? Okay, hold on, let me fix the board real quick. Oh man, I wish I could walk around with my headphones on because, yeah, these are wired and the wire does not go far enough to the whiteboard. Well, I could probably push the whiteboard forward. And I'm gonna be standing up for a lot of this stream now since I'm gonna go back to the whiteboard. Alright. God, this is a ridiculous, you know, screenshot right here with me in the fucking whiteboard. Alright, I think I'm close enough for the earphones to work. Okay, so it was not Natsui, it was Rosa on the first Twilight. I think I said with so much confidence that I legitimately thought Natsui died, even though definitely she did not die in the first Twilight of the first game. Alright. Want help remembering the scene, or do you want to remember it yourself? I might want some key points in case I forget anything, because I know for sure the victims now are Shannon, Goda, Klaus, Rosa, Rudolph, Kyrie. The location was in the storehouse, and the cause of death was mutilation on the bodies. I remember that detail, and also this is around the scene where George, you know, found Shannon's body and was very sad, and where this will be something. Yes, it will. And that's when, you know, it was very apparent that George is about to, you know, propose to, you know, Shannon. He still had the ring on him, and, yeah, she's dead now, so he won't be married to a dead woman. Even though, George, he's kind of a freak, so he might be into that, but we're gonna ignore that. Alright, first Twilight, first game. Okay. So everyone was found dead in the storehouse. Was Cannon with the group that found the bodies? Like, was he with the group in the whole, when everyone came along? He doesn't know. He does not know. Ah, oh, crap. Well, this is where we make theories, guys. This is where we make theories about the first Twilight first game, because they're going to break down illusions to illusions. So I'm going to give my thought to what the illusion was. Maybe. Everyone except Kinzo and Kumasawa was at the scene. Cousins Eva and Natsui were standing outside the shed. Nanjo, Hideyoshi, and Cannon were standing inside the shed. Okay, that's a good scene setter. So Cannon was with the group. Alright. So, the adults were in the shed. Meanwhile, all the kids were outside. Even though Cannon kind of counts as one of the kids, but we're going to ignore that point. So first Twilight, first game. These are the victims inside. These are the victims. And the one that was not present was Kumasawa. Now, I don't think Kumasawa did it. Like, I don't think Kumasawa killed all of them. Like, it had to be a job that multiple people were involved with. Ah, man. Murder on the first game. Click yes for more scene info. Oh. Wait, where do I click yes? On the game, or...? I'm just gonna write yes for the click yes. 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 Slash mark. Yeah. This is the downside to trying to remember something I did about 3 years ago. Alright, so going back into it. Cause of death, mutilation. Outside were Battler, Jessica, George, and Maria. Inside the shed were Ava, Hideyoshi. Yeah, Ava, Hideyoshi, and Cannon was... Oh, wait. Oh, Genji was probably with the kids, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Really teasing me for the slash? Okay, Okay. So, in was Canon, Ava, Hideyoshi. And out was Valor. Oh, no. Genji was in the shed with them. No, I kind of remember. I think Genji was in the shed with them. Or at least Genji was at the scene. So I'm going to put Genji's name there. Valor, Maria, Jessica, and George. Hopefully my microphone's still picking me up right now. All the corpses were clearly visible for all standing outside. None of the cousins walked in. George asked for Shannon's corpse, and Cannon pointed at a dark spot, and Hideyoshi mentioned Shannon lying there with a ring on her ring finger. Oh, okay, so George already given the ring and she put it on her finger. That means she said yes. Okay, that was the tragedy of that scene. Basically, she said yes to his proposal. However, she's dead. In a way, she could still be a corpse bride, but we're not going to get into that right now. Okay, and the one that was not present, MIA, Kumasawa was MIA. Obviously, Kumasawa did not fucking do it. Let's be honest here, she did not do it. And this murder likely happened overnight, leaving it so that, anyone during the night could have done it. So already I'm going to cross off some names on who probably didn't do it. George, because why the fuck would he kill Shannon? Like, that would be stupid. All the corpses except for Shannon corpses were clearly visible. Very good point. Very good point. All the corpses were clearly visible except for Shannon. So I'm going to go ahead and put a square over Shannon for questionable death. Because all of them were present but hers. Hello, I'm at a friend's place, but this is insane. Please screenshot and make meme templates out of it. Wait till he realizes. Kumasawa was not there. She was sleeping in the mansion and learns of the first Twilight once everyone goes back to the mansion. Got it. Thank you, Fisha Gori. Alright, wait till he notices. Oh no, realizes. Okay. So, this still does not put out the question of the Shannon and Cannon being the same theory. So, I'm still going to connect these two because they didn't see the full body of Shannon and Cannon. Alright. The colors are not really being shown on the stream, but I put a red connection mark with Shannon and Cannon's name on it. Alright. At this point, I'm going to be a meme in Brazil again, aren't I? I remember I was a meme for like one period in 2020 in Brazil. This is going to happen again, I swear. Okay. Alright, Kumasawa was not there. However, even though she was missing in action, I don't think she was really involved with this crime, but she could be an accomplice. I still think with the, the corporate of the game, Shannon Cannon, for example, once if, Shannon, or, under the guise of Beatrice, brought Klaus, Rosa, Rudolph, and Curie to the storehouse. Because I don't think they carry the bodies. Like, they, I think, would willingly to the storehouse. I don't see the reason why they would, carry the bodies out, because they would have found, like, blood trails somewhere from the bedrooms they were staying at, or from the guest rooms, or from, the conference room, where the family dinner was taking place. So after the chaos of the night, Ava and Hideyoshi left. Like, they went to bed, because they were like, we're done for the night. For some reason, Rudolph and Curie were still up with those Rosa and Klaus. Klaus probably to defend his honor. Kumasawa made breakfast and was frightened and screaming because there was blood in the dining room. Oh, there was blood in the dining room. Natsui and Genji installed a new lock on the shed, locked it, and Natsui carried the key afterwards. So, okay, so they installed a new lock on the shed. Natsui carried the key afterwards. Okay, these two details coming to light makes me want to redirect where I was thinking. Okay, so I'm still in the thought that Shannon and Cannon are the same people, and they're somewhat, the true culprit. But for the murder in this case, because Natsui was with the group outside. I should probably put that in the details. Hold on. Natsui was with this group. Alright, so this kind of narrows it down because I'm going to go ahead and say that none of the kids could have done it. So Jessica, Maria, Bowler could not have done it, and obviously the people who were killed could not have been the killer. Alright. There's more. Lens flare! Gah! Lens flare. I mean, I don't think I avoid a lot of lens flare on the whiteboard, let's be honest here, because this is a poor lighting setup, but I'm going to ignore that for now. Okay. So this narrows it down to Kumasawa, Genji probably being, accomplices, Ken being true culprit. However, I'm not going to discount Natsui because she is sus at times. I'm not going to fully discount her because she does seem sus at times, and she also had the storehouse key. However, since there's other servants around that could have done like Genji and Kumasawa as accomplices, they could have had an extra key. However, if they didn't have access to this key, that gets Natsui on the suspicion block. What do you have to say about this, Will?
土には帰れぬムクロが幻に帰る。
Will's pitch black slash cut across Claire's body at an angle. At the end of episode 1, during the discussion of the cousins about the tragedy, Jessica points out that since the shed was closed by Natsui, every corpse there could have made it out of there. Huge hint. Priest plus yes, hint making this obvious. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the whiteboard with this one. Because I kind of want to hear Will's answer, however, the big hint might give it away. Unless Natsui was accomplice, a suspicion that Jessica dismisses. Jessica is the daughter of Natsui, so that does not make Natsui totally innocent in this case as the main culprit. Because, yeah, Natsui could have been an accomplice to, the true culprit. However, why would she have done that? And why would she put Klaus in the murder party? That's the only, suspicion that's out, because why would she kill her own husband? I don't think there was a lot of marital issues with him coming from what we see in episode 5. However, she still has the potential to kill her husband, but I don't see why she would do it. Yes, he might have been an idiot. However, I don't think she would have killed him. That's the one thing I have about, fully putting Natsui as an accomplice, because of the Klaus dying at first. However, still could have been possible. Huge hint. Do I want to take the huge hint? I mean, we're about to get the answer anyway, so I'm gonna say yes to this. Because yeah, it's a huge hint, but at this point, we're about to get the answer anyway. Also, never put a $200 whiteboard on your Christmas list as a joke. You might actually get that whiteboard. Well, not 2,200, 200. If we follow the heart, then it's valid to claim that Natsui can be innocent without proof. Ooh. Do I claim the heart on Natsui? Do I claim the heart without proof? I want to say yes to this one. I'm not going to, though. I am not going to put heart in this one. I am not going to put heart in the Natsui one because that, she could definitely be an accomplice. Like, the thing is, I'm, trying to put into it, I'm like, okay, does she love Klaus enough not to kill him? And that's where I'm, now doubting, because I'm like, yes, if you put heart into it, she would not be an accomplice if you put heart into it, but I'm not actually. I am not actually. For the reasons of, it was kind of an arranged marriage, and Natsui, yes, she does love Klaus, but to the deep connection where she would not murder him, I'm leaning away from the heart. However, to put some heart back in, what benefits she would get from killing the Ushiromiya family outside of revenge? Fusion, if Shannon and Cannon are really the same person, who and why did the few people inside the set see her corpse in there when Cannon was clearly with the group? Well, if we go and apply the accomplices of Genji and Natsui, they would, buy along with the whole thing. However, Eva and Hideyoshi, well, they have played along. That is definitely an interesting question. Would they have played along? Unless they themselves were also accomplices. Why as if? Well, okay, here's my reasoning behind that. Well, okay, no, why would Eva team up with Natsui? So that's definitely not the case. Because on this theory, if they were all working as accomplices and the people inside the, they would have, collaborated on the same theory. And Cannon was outside of the, shed, and they are seeing Shannon's corpse. Ava and Natsui were standing outside the shed. Oh, they were outside the shed. Alright, let me go ahead and put a little marker mark on, you were with the kids, you were with the kids. So, okay, Ava was outside, but it was Hideyoshi, Genji, and Kanon inside then. Okay. Okay. So, these two definitely did not see the corpses in there, which, you know, could put your likelihood of being an accomplice, you know, a little bit, a little bit lower. Oh, also we almost forgot the ultimate wish, Nanjo. We almost forgot to put Nanjo on this, and Nanjo was inside. So if we go against, well, if we go with the theory that there is accomplices of the crime, I'm thinking the accomplices would have been Kumasawa, Genji, and Nanjo, because they were the closest to Kenzo, as well as they were the ones who knew the truth regarding, who was the true inheritor of the Uchiha family, which was technically Shannon Cannon, or as we would say, you know, it was Leon's counterpart, aka Clair. So if we go with this, there's two accomplices inside. However, there's one glaring issue. Hideyoshi was in the shed, and he did also confirm that Shannon was in there, unless there was a cut-off arm with a ring on it and a lump of a body that kind of resembled Shannon's with it. However, would a body count as someone on the island? Either Natsumi and Ava are accomplices, either only one of them is or none of them are, and those are our possibilities. I'm going to say Natsumi's an accomplice, but not Ava. But Ava was not in the shed, so she would not have known whether or not, of course, was in there. However, that kind of brings out some doubt within Hideyoshi now, because Hideyoshi is not an accomplice with this theory, especially when we get to the second Twilight. What does this tell you? A lot of the people in this family were involved with this fucking murder. That's what this tells me. A lot of people were fucking involved with this murder. But who killed them? There were accomplices of Kumasawa, Genji, and Nanjo for sure. Natsumi's a questionable accomplice in this murder case. Ava and Hideyoshi are not accomplices. They are victims that we were going to get to probably very soon in a second. Meanwhile, yes, Shannon and Cannon, if they are the same person, they've somehow faked Shannon's death and, proven that Cannon could not have been connected because he was also outside. Now, yeah, Hideyoshi being the shed really does put some doubt in my theory of, the culprit killed all the people in the shed, and then the people were corroborating that Shannon was in the shed to, loosen the doubt of Cannon's existence. But there's now the question of, I'm going to put orange question. Does arm count? And also, there's not a lot of proof, so this is a baseless claim of if there was a cut off arm or a prop arm, doesn't count because they never went into if there was a disembodied arm, and if a disembodied arm would count as a person on the island. We can make a meme out on this entire section. That is very true. Whoop! That is very true. And I'm going to leave the whiteboard up with this awesome music as I go to the restroom real quick, because definitely the Sprite is causing my bowels to go a little bit active. And I could also get my eraser for the whiteboard. Alright, I am back. And yes, I'm home alone right now. He's He's so excited, I'm all in for it. Another hint? Oh man, do I want to take another hint? Fuck. I don't want to take another hint. You know, I'm just right there. I just cannot get the connecting bit. Alright. Hit me with it. We're about to get the answer anyway. Hit me with it. Because it might be a little bit too dense to get this right now. You know, I was looking forward to doing this whiteboard gag at some point in the stream. I was not expecting to do it within the first hour. Because I knew I was going to have to do the whiteboard gag, because come on, walking in with a cartoon sheet-large whiteboard? That's hilarious! And yes, this is taller than me. This whiteboard right here, it may not look like this on camera, it is taller than me. This is the size of a fucking couch. Hideyoshi was the person who pointed out that half of Shannon's face was mutilated. So the face was recognizable by Hideyoshi. Huh. The face was recognizable by Hideyoshi. Shit. This does imply he's kind of with the, you know, culprits now. If the body's not real in there, that implies he's with the culprits. Why as if Eva and Hideyoshi were with them this whole time? However, they got double-crossed in the next Twilight. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a star next to Hideyoshi and Eva, because I think they could have been double-crossed. And maybe they were helping with the murder, and then the true culprit, you know, took action against them for the next one. Because, okay, within this murder, kind of it's slightly convenient to them. All the other people who would argue for, you know, the Ushiramiya family name outside of Natsui are all dead. And technically, according to Eva, Natsui has no claim of the Ushiramiya family, so this murder was really convenient for them, let's be honest here. Like, with Klaus dead, there's no one questioning Eva's, you know, authority over the Ushiramiya family next, and when she dies, Jorce gets it. So, in a way, this is one of the most convenient murders for Natsui. Not Natsui, Eva. Alright. Enough of this baseless theory stuff. Let's see what they say. Will's pitch black slash cut across Claire's body at an ankle. The blade passed through her like she was water, but its tips sent golden flower petals scattering.
第1のゲーム、第2の番。
Oh, they were not going to go into the answers. Interesting. And now, first game, second Twilight. So now we have the chain puzzle. Well, not really puzzle, but we have the chain murder case where this is now second Twilight. So now we're on second Twilight. Second Twilight. And this is where Hideyoshi and Eva get axed, probably betrayed by the other culprits. The actual answers to this are vague, so looking at a video that might be best after or something. Looking at a video of answers. I might wait for a video of answers after I'm done with episode 8. I want to avoid many YouTube videos or anything relating to Umineko until I'm done with the game. That's out of personal preference, because I want to avoid as much spoilers as possible, so I feel like watching a YouTube video on answers might accidentally give me a spoiler that I don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're probably going to have to hold off of an answer video for a little bit, because I want to, you know, not get spoiled by mistake. But yeah, the answers are vague, so now Eva and Hideyoshi are now dead. There's a chain lock on their door, so, okay, I'm going to have to change locations now, because we're away from the storehouse. Alright. So, the cause of death are the stakes, as well as the location being inside of their guest room. Where was Eva found? I think it was on the bed while Hideyoshi was found in the bathtub. Because, the two are separated. Two died. The couple of Ava and Hideyoshi, they're both dead now. So I guess they're on the victims list now. Ava, Hideyoshi. There is no organization on this board, by the way. There is no sense of organization because I'm going at this on the fly. Okay, so Ava and Hideyoshi are now dead. Second Twilight. Second Twilight scene? Yeah. We're on the second Twilight scene. Alright. So now the two others who could have been accomplices for the storehouse murders are now dead. Ava and Hideyoshi, whether it be through the main culprit, who, you know, Shannon Cannon comparison. Well, comparison Shannon Cannon. I need a base name. Beatrice. Yeah, I'm gonna say Beatrice for the base name of the Cannon Shannon comparison. So, as a little bit of a guide for myself as well, in the light blue marker, I'm gonna write Clair dash Shannon is equal to Beatrice. Alright, so Beatrice equals this combination, so whenever I talk about the combination of Clair, Shannon Cannon, the individual themselves, I'm going to say Beatrice for now. That is impressive that the marker flew like that. Alright. I mean, if you want the scene put out for you, Red truth about this Twilight. Both deaths were homicides. It is not the case that, after the construction of the closed room, one of them committed suicide after committing murder. So no suicide, it was just murder. I suppose this scene would be a hint at this point, though. The murder was carried out with both the victim and perpetrator in the same room. No method exists for the perpetrator to commit murder outside of the room. Okay, thank you, Fisha Gori. Okay, this one's a little bit of a toughie because the murderer and perpetrator were both in the room and there were no suicide. It was just both homicides. They definitely did not both kill each other. I'm just gonna say that now. They did not kill each other, and the room was locked from the outside. I mean, from the inside, so no one could have got in there. Nice what truth there. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Locked room. Chain lock. Did anyone enter the room before anyone? That's one thing I need a reminder of. Did anyone enter the room before them? Because the chain lock was from the inside. There was probably not anyone, you know, hiding in the room. Huh. Of course, all these could be fictions, and there is an underlying truth behind everything, and they were just giving, you know, mysteries for people to solve. Because, you know, Beatrice was a fan of mysteries, but this is definitely a solvable mystery because chain lock, murder and perpetrator were in the same room, and there was no suicide. Only thing I've ready are my memories and the track names by scene. Alright. I don't want to spend too much time trying to, you know, remember this, but those are really good hints, though. And it still does not break me away from thinking that Kumasawa, Genji, Nanjo are accomplices to Beatrice. How exactly the two in the room got murdered, I'm still a little bit stumped on. But let's hear what happens from Will. Alright, he slashed it. He slashed it, that's good. He is slashing everything. I'm gonna get both earphones in. Okay. He still was able to cut into it. A razor-thin black blur sent golden flower petals scattering again. Fuck! Holy shit! I forgot that! Holy fucking shit! Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God, they just tossed the body in the furnace from this one. They just tossed the body in the furnace, I don't care.
幻の男はあるべきところへ。
You want hits with a force shot? He was just a dead body at this point. They just threw the body in the furnace. That's what I'm gonna get at. He's been dead this whole time. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. I think all the energy I had for the Force Twilight was taken out by my laughter of that image.
第1のゲーム
Alright, so this is Canon's death now.
悔いに胸を捧げし少年の最後
So this is the death of Canon, which happened outside.
幻は幻に。
Oh yeah, I should probably like look into that one a little bit since I kind of skimmed over Kenzo's. Alright, Kenzo's, they just threw the body in the furnace, but Canon's now dead. So let me get back to the red marker because technically in the game now, Shannon and Canon are both deceased. Also, I'm fucking up these markers. I just realized I'm putting colored markers on top of black, and it's actually affecting the color markers because now if I draw in red, there's a black tinge to it. Fuck. Oops. Well, these are cheap markers that are like throwaways, so I could always buy more markers. Because, yeah, these are super cheap. But yeah, we're no longer in the second Twilight, we're on the fifth Twilight. And yes, Canon is now dead, or what we think is dead. Hits for the fifth Twilight, press yes. If we have a red truth, that might be helpful if we get a few red truths. All of the survivors have alibis. Let us include the dead as well. In short, no kind of human or dead person on the island could have killed Canon. Which leads me to say, no one could have killed Canon because he was not dead. It was a mock murder. I mean, who saw who put the stake in Canon? And did the body move? They never moved the body really. So I think the murder happened, you know, away from everyone's view because they all had alibis, and the only person who could have killed Canon was Canon. However, Canon is technically not dead if they are Beatrice now. Let's get to the 6th, 7th, and 8th Twilight with the 3 that get killed next. Oh wait, I had to pull up the game.
幻想の魔女と悔いは幻想しか貫けない。
第1のゲーム第6
Hey Maria.
第7第8の番
And this is when Maria was kicked out of the room with Nanjo, Kumasawa, and Genji.
歌う少女の密室に横たわる3人のぬくる
Maria was turned to face away as Beatrice did the killing of the next 3. I'm gonna go ahead and update the whiteboard for the deaths at hand. So, red markers right here. Kumasawa is now deceased, as well as Genji, and the witch Nanjo in his human form. They did move Candace's corpse out of the boiler room. George carried him. Got it. Okay, George did carry him out of the, room. But in between the murder of Cannon and then to, the murder of the next 3, they likely, God. I was not expecting to do a bunch of theory time today, so I'm a little unprepared for this. Okay, so George carried them out. George is definitely, not, a killer. This leaves you, the only true killer, which is Beatrice with the accomplice Natsuki still alive. George carried Cannon back into the boiler room. However, I still don't think Cannon's dead, but some trickery was involved. Nanjo looked at him in the infirmary together with Jessica. Oh yeah, he did. Nanjo looked at the infirmary, confirmed he was dead, but Nanjo was an accomplice, so of course Nanjo would say he's dead. Yeah, theory time's a bit rough today, my apologies. I was just too excited for the whiteboard, and now I'm just like, I was not really prepared for that. Alright, so Nanjo looked at the infirmary. Nanjo, of course, if he was an accomplice, would not, confirm whether or not Candace is alive or dead, so he, of course, would say dead. And then in the final room where Nanjo is killed by Beatrice, along with Kumasawa and Genji. They all died under the hand of Beatrice, or Genji helped Beatrice before Beatrice killed Genji. At least that's what I'm gonna think is happening. I should probably make a more fleshed out theory. Like, since it's not gonna be fully answered in the games, I might make my own theory before I watch about other explanations. With a little bit more investigation and time, of course. I'll make a separate video for that by the end of next year once I get done with episode 8. Oh, I keep on forgetting I need to open up the game again.
幻は幻に盲目なる少女が歌うは幻密室幻想
Illusions are the blind girl's song. Because, yeah, the only person who could have been a witness to the murder was Maria. And Maria, you know, had her eyes closed and was singing during the carnage. I guess Maria, in a sense, would be an accomplice because she let the murders happen? This was, of course, before he proclaimed Cannon's dead. Before they moved over to Kinzo's room, now they are dead in the parlor. Got it. Damn, Claire's getting really injured by this.
初めから危ういゲームだったな。もしもあいつがそれでも死に顔を見たいと言って踏み入っていたなら。
Good point, Will. Here comes Will's hardest questions and Claire's hardest line. What if the guy really wanted to see that dead face anyway and just stepped inside and exposed the truth?
それが運命に身を委ねるということなのです。
Damn, that is a hard line. Fuck. Why were the locks on an illusion, though? Who would have killed Nanjo, Genji, and Kumasawa in the parlor? Beatrice. Beatrice, Your Honor.
お前のルーレットというやつだな。
The true roulette.
続けましょう。
Alright.
第2のゲーム、第1の番。腹を裂かれし6人が密室礼拝堂に。
Alright, now the stomach split open in the parlor. Alright, let me go ahead and refresh the board real quick. And yes, when I make the video about my, theories with a bit more research of what happened in them, that's when I'm going to bring back the whiteboard as well. Like, the whiteboard will be shown. The whiteboard will be shown. And this is the murder where everyone was poisoned with the candies. I feel like this one's a bit more straightforward than the first game. At least that's what I'm gonna assume. All the parents except Rosa died on the first Twilight. I do remember that one. All the parents were dead with candy coming out of their stomachs. Now for this game, this is a little bit more straightforward because I will believe that Rosa is an accomplice in this one, especially since she made it to the very end. So the victims were Kyrie, Klaus, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, and Natsui, Ava, Kyrie, Klaus, Rudolph, Natsui, Ava, and Hideyoshi. And this was Chapel, cause of death, poison basically. Poison with candy. Poison candy. But yeah, this one's a little bit more straightforward. Was about to describe the key in the door to the chapel, but I'll leave that to Ficha and the Red Truth. From the time Maria received her key to the instant Rosa unsealed the envelope the next day, the key passed through no one's hands. There were no doors with autologs other than Kinzo's study. Okay. And the bodies were found in the chapel that, had a lock on it already. From the time Maria received her key to the instance Rosa... Yeah. From the time Maria received the key. How would have the six got in the chapel? Well, Maria herself... Wait. From the time the key passed through no one's hands, well, if this is under the appliance that Rosa is the killer, Maria is not behind being an accomplice. And if her mother is helping her out, as well as Beatrice, why would Maria say no? If both her mother and Beatrice are behind this, Maria's going to be an accomplice, so the key passed through no one's hands. Maria unlocked the damn door as an accomplice. That's what I'm going to say on this one. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, I didn't full screen that. Okay, yeah, basically I wrote down the, you know, the first Twilight of the second game. And the victims were, yeah, Akira, Klaus, Rudolph, Natsuki, Eva, Hideyoshi, the location was a chapter, the cause of death, poison candy. I'm thinking that Maria and Rosa were accomplices to Beatrice. When the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry or exit. Oh, wait, the door was never unlocked. Fuck. I didn't think about that. Oops. Because, yeah, hold on. There were no doors with auto locks. When the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry or exit unless someone unlocks the door and then relocks it. If Maria was helping with the crime, she unlocked the door, helped her mother probably not helped her mother put the bodies in. That was probably Genji or Beatrice. How did Rosa enter the chapel without the key? She had Maria open it. That's what I'm saying. She had Maria open it. I think that's what I was trying to get at. Rosa had Maria open it. The key never left her hand onto that application because Maria helped her with the murder for the love for her mother, and she was gonna help her. Notably, all the adults were killed. Maria didn't really give a fuck about these adults. If she killed the kids, of course, Maria was gonna be upset, but Maria didn't give a fuck for the victims. That's where I'm getting at with this one. Basically, I'm throwing out an idea on the fly, and let's see what happens to it. The envelope was never unsealed until the morning, though. She opened the door with the key still in the envelope. I don't know the key details that, you know, completely throw these out. Alright. It was a fun thought. It was a fun thought. Alright.
幻は幻に黄金の真実が
The gold locks the lock of illusions. This morning, Rosa definitely took the envelope out of Maria's handbag and from that attained the genuine key to the chapel. Unless she led all the adults to the chapel when she opened it and then, you know, had them all eat the candy and they all died at the table. The gold truth. The gold truth locks the lock of illusions.
第2のゲーム、第2の番。
The first Twilight is more straightforward. If you don't remember things, it's straightforward. That is my excuse. I don't remember things. That's why it was straightforward.
寄り添いし2人は死体さえも寄
The
り添
two
う。
Urkos cannot be even close as corpses. That's when, yeah, in the infirmary when they, I think it was like when they, no, it was in the room, not infirmary, no. It was in the room with Cannon protecting Jessica, and yeah, they both got impaled by the stake. Yeah, the two Oracles are apart, they both died in this one, so the new victims on the second Twilight on the second game. Jessica and Cannon. This is where the Cannon part of Beatrice is killed, and soon Shannon will be as well. Alright, fuck. Okay, so Cannon died protecting Jessica. Jessica was impaled, and so was Cannon for the two that were brought apart. Locked room mystery as well, isn't it? Locked room, Jessica and Cannon were killed. Cannon's death's likely not a suicide, so, you know, Jessica was murdered. Maybe Cannon faked the death in the locked room after killing Jessica. Maybe. This is a big, big maybe. Because Cannon never died. Well, Cannon did die, but, you know, Beatrice didn't.
幻は幻に役目を終えたる幻はムクロさえも残せない
Jessica's room. Door was locked. Jessica's key and Cannon's key were both inside the room. Cannon's body was gone. Everyone except for Goda and Kinzo were still at the chapel. So it happened when everyone was still at the chapel and Canon's body was never found. Oh yeah, because they burned the body. So it could have been that Jessica was killed by Canon, and then Canon, either came back to the Shannon, or Jessica was killed earlier, and Goda or Kenzo killed her. Kenzo can't have killed her because Kenzo didn't do the murder, and Goda's not a culprit. Fuck. Canon was never found, but of course I could imply that, Canon and Shannon are the same person, but then when Jessica died, Jessica did not commit suicide. Fuck. Alright, let's see the next Twilight, because I'm kind of stumped on this one. And this is when Goda, George, and Shannon died. Natsui's closed room because they tried getting the mirror. So now George, Goda, and Shannon are dead. Let me get the full screen back up. Shannon, Shannon, and Genji were talking in Kenzo's study. Rosa went and confirmed this information. Okay. Goda is now dead. Shannon is now dead. And George is now dead. I dropped my marker. Thank you, Ficha. Yes, thank you again. Shannon, Goda, and George died inside of Natsui's room. Door was locked. Rosa had all the master's keys, you say. This is heavily leading Rosa away from away from accomplice to a main culprit, because I really am starting to think Rosa was killing people in this murder case. So the main culprit could have been Beatrice, but Rosa was doing a lot of the killings because she had the access to the keys, and she also had access to a little bit about Maria through Beatrice through Maria. Oh man, it's hardly been an hour. I mean, it's been slightly over an hour. Hardly been an hour. No, it's been over an hour and 15. Holy shit. Balor was always together with Rosa, so there was been no time for Rosa to have killed. Fuck. Beatrice killed them. I believe in the witch magic. Man, I wish I knew this was happening this episode. I would have been much more prepared. No one is feared that a coffin in a closed room. It was a coffin. They all killed each other at the same time. And this is when Kumasawa and Genji were found hung? No, sliced to death by the red eye illusion. Wait, no. No, that was Nanjo and Kumasawa. I think Genji lived to the end on this one. I think this was, I think this was Nanjo and Kumasawa that died here. Yeah, they both died and were sliced up. Because I remember Kumasawa dying around here. But I think Genji lived in this one, so I think this was Goda. They would never mistakenly think any other person was Canon, so Canon was in there with them. Yeah, Canon was in, oh yeah, this is where, they were both killed by Canon. Belle was always with Rosa. Could not have been anyone but Canon. So maybe Canon came back after the second Twilight and killed them, or Beatrice, as Canon, was in the room and killed them. Shannon, Genji, and Goda said that Canon killed Nanjo and Kumasawa in the servant room. Yes. Nanjo and Kumasawa were killed with the witness of Shannon, Genji, and Goda. Unless, Shannon, Genji, and Goda. Unless Goda was in on as an accomplice. I'm getting very tired as I'm doing this, so bear with me for a few seconds. Woo! Alright. Shannon, Genji, and Goda said that Cannon killed Najo and comes out in the server room. After they informed this to Rosa's group, they all went back to the server room and the corpses went missing. They could say something happened and then it didn't happen and then it happened later. Let's see it get cut down.
土は土に、幻は幻に。
To later on reappear as the 7-day Twilight because they were discovered by Battler.
幻に生み出せるムクロはなし。
Every time the blade passed through Claire's body, golden flower petals flew everywhere. And System Zero started playing and Battler gave up and begged for Beatrice to reveal everything to Rosa. Yep, and this is when we got the infamous scene of Battler walking around naked, you know, like a dog with Beatrice, you know, holding him on a leash. The petals covering her heart were being torn away bit by bit. The illusion of the witch was breaking down and becoming flower petals. Sorry, I had to take a look at something real quick. Okay. Man, I'm getting a lot of company emails today. Probably a happy holiday post from every company that I follow. Yeah, I thought I turned off notifications. Now we're on the third game with all the locked rooms with Ava involved, with Ava Beatrice. Yes, and this is where all the servants were killed in this one, because this is the one where Ava was one of the last people standing. And it's heavily implied that Ava killed everyone, although that is questionable of doubt. Because yeah, I remember all the servants and Najo were killed in the beginning of this one. No, Najo was still alive, it was just the servants. I think. Trying to remember from the top of my head, to be honest. And of course, all the time, Kenzo's been dead at, you know, the start of all these. Beatrice casually feeding goats with Battler's cake. Red truth for the Twilight. All 5 master keys were discovered, each in the pocket of one of the servants. The individual room keys were found inside envelopes alongside the corpses. In short, all keys related to the linked closed rooms were locked inside the linked closed rooms. No key could have been returned from the outside room using the crack of the door, the crack of the window, vents, or any place of the sort. So all the keys were in the victim's, pockets. And of course, it was Najo confirming all the deaths because Najo is still alive at this point in the third game, from what I remember. I think he was still alive? I don't remember. The adults, together with Najo, broke into the parlor. Okay, Najo was with them. Broke into the parlor and they found Shannon's corpse, which Najo handled. They found the key to another room and found the next corpse, on and on, finding all the servants until they got to the trap where Cannon lay dead. My apologies for the burp. Alright, so all the servants are dead. Shannon is dead, confirmed by Najo, but if Najo's an accomplice, he might have been, lying about their deaths. Yeah. Najo could have been lying about their deaths, so Shannon's dead. Kumasawa is dead. I'm gonna remove the location of Ka's death because I'm totally ignoring those right now. Genji is dead. Cannon was found dead in the chapel. Goda is dead. Yeah. Shannon, Kurosawa, Genji, Cannon, Goda are all dead. To end with this Twilight, all of them have what appeared to be gunshot wounds that were fatal. Murdering them from the outside room would have been impossible. I shall say no more with the red. When the 5 other than Kenzo were killed, the killer was definitely in the same room as them. I already proclaimed red, there were no suicides. And yeah, Kenzo. I was about to wonder who was the 5th person, but I'm like, yeah, no, that was Kenzo. Alright, so Shannon, Kurosawa, Genji, Cannon, Goda, and Kenzo were victims. Gunshot wound, but the murder had to be in the same room. However, the keys were in the pockets. And these were the master keys with the servants. And Cannon was found dead last, unless Cannon's master key was used. However, there was 5 master keys. How silly of me to forget Kenzo and simply putting him in together with the rest of the servants, hee hee. simply putting him together with the rest of the servants. Huh. Rest of the servants of Kenza. My brain power is slowly losing. I'm falling. I am falling. Okay, so Shannon, Gonzalo, Genji, Canon, Goda, and Kento are all dead. Unless we imply that Canon had his own key. Locked rooms are tricky, and there was 5 of them here. With each one of these people having keys with them. A Canon was found in the chapel. That is like including Nanjo in the servants group. Completely valid in my opinion. I forgot Kenzo. It's not a hint. Yeah, no, I knew that was not a hint. Kenzo was just with them. This is a toughie. I'm just gonna go ahead and see how it gets cut down. Woohoo! It gets cut down! Hiya!
幻は幻に輪になる密室終わりと始まりが重なる
第3のゲーム第2の
Mother and daughter are killed next. Rosa tried fighting back with a shotgun.
親子はムクロを重ねる
Alright, mother and child lay together in the rose garden. And this is around the time where Ava found the gold. So now Rosa and Maria are dead. For the second twilight, those who are close are killed. This is from Ava Beatrice, which could heavily imply that Ava killed them. At least from what I get. Did you solve it, or I kind of just gave up on that one, to be fully honest. Yeah, I just moved on to the next one, to be honest. But yeah, Rosa and Maria are dead next. Now it's from Ava Beatrice. If we apply that Ava Beatrice is Ava, Ava killed the both of them. If we apply that Ava Beatrice is Ava herself doing the murder. If we apply that. If we don't, however, then questionable doubt. But I might just say Ava for this one. Man, this really inspires me to, make that video of my own, theories about, the murders of the Ishimiya family. Of course, I'm not going to watch any videos about other people's theories about how they died or explanations, because I want to try getting it. Ava found the gold, Rosa found her hiding the gold, Ava Beatrice messed around, killing Rosa and Maria until Beatrice stepped in and killed them. He surrendered, shaking my head. I do surrender. Alright, did he solve it or give up? Oh wait, no, that was the previous question. Ava found the gold, Rosa found her finding the gold, Ava Beatrice messed around, killing Rosa and Maria until Ava stepped in and until Beatrice stepped in and killed them. Ava Beatrice is kind of in a way, Ava, so I kind of want to say that Ava killed them. Let's see it get cut down!
土は土に語られし最後に何の偽りもなし
第3のゲーム第4、第5、第6の番屋敷にて倒れし3人のムクロ
Now this is where we put Ava to doubt here. Because now, even though Rudolph and Kyrie are dead, Hideyoshi is also dead. So Hideyoshi is dead. As well as Rudolph and Kyrie. So I see Ava killed Rudolph Kyrie like she had with Rosa Maria, but Hideyoshi's also dead. It could be implied through the skirmish though, Rudolph Kyrie could have killed Hideyoshi in the skirmish, and then Ava killed the two out of revenge. That's where I'm getting at with this one. Ava herself is probably the main murderer of Rosa, Maria, Rudolph, and Kyrie. However, Hideyoshi is also deceased, for which she would not kill Hideyoshi. Your main theory is that Ava was the main culprit for episode 3, and episode 3 was kind of the true story as she was the sole survivor? Or did you have another theory for episode 3? I did have another theory for episode 3 that, proved that Ava could not have done it because it was, too easy to say that Ava did it. However, sometimes I'm, thinking maybe I'm double guessing myself and it is Ava. I probably, was overthinking it at the time, but now I'm starting to get closer to the idea that Ava probably has done it. However, Hideyoshi's also dead. That's the thing that bothers me about this whole scenario. Ava would not have killed her own husband, because if I put love into Ava, she would not have been the murderer of her own husband. Oh, they're so flared. If I turned off, there is none. But the camera quality is so low now. I look even more insane with less light. Alright, I might do less light so that the board's bored. Now it's just dark. I think it's gonna be grainy. Let's see the playback. I mean, I guess it's kind of readable, but it's there's so much background noise. There are also questions like who killed George later on. What does Occam's razor? Both yes and no at the same time. Well, thank you, Occam's razor. I mean, if I put love into Ava, why would she have killed Hiroshi and later George? Unless that was Beatrice's doing. Yeah. Unless Ava went completely AWOL and killed her son as well. I don't see why she would kill George, though. It makes no sense for George to have been murdered by Ava if she is the culprit. However, who else would have been able to kill George outside of Beatrice, who Ava is in a way an accomplice / culprit with as well? I mean, if I lose the love in Ava, she would kill her husband and son. I just don't see it. I really do not see Ava killing her own husband and son, though. Occam, yes and no.
土は土に語られし最後に何の偽りもなし。
第3のゲーム、第7、第8の番。
And of course, actually, before I say anything else, when I actually do make my honest theory video about how the murders went down in the first through fourth game, but maybe as well as the fifth and sixth, when I do make a video, if they don't fully explain them in the game, I might get the original Umineko game, with the original backgrounds and sprites, so that I can, try to solve the mystery from scratch. I can see Michael in his stream on his whiteboard reflected the whiteboard while he's standing by it on his stream. I see in his stream on his whiteboard reflected the whiteboard standing. Yeah! Yeah, no, I do have my Mac playing the stream as a feedback loop. Yeah, no, that's why you can actually see me within the whiteboard, because I do have, I do have the stream up on my Mac right now to make sure that the playback's, working. Man, that is a really cool catch. I'm so glad I don't have, personal information on my Mac right now. But yeah, no, that's why you can see me with my shadow. If I orientate my shadow right here, you can actually see the stream. That is so cool, actually. That is really cool that you can actually see that. Oh, wait, no, maybe this might be this might be the stream feedback. Yeah, no, it's either... No, it's my Mac. I see it moving. If I lean side to side... Yeah, no, it's the Mac feedback. Yeah, this is the Mac displaying displaying right here on the screen. Yeah, right here is the reflection of the Mac onto the whiteboard. Yeah, Google Maps for those kinds of information's being linked. God damn it. Yep, we have Google Maps to my information. Hey, let me go ahead and look up something on this computer. Yeah. Of course, it's a husband and wife lay exposed under the arbor. Wait, someone named highlight. Of course, it's a husband and wife lay exposed. Oh, Natsui and Klaus, yeah. That was definitely also Ava. Probably Ava, because come on, it's Klaus and Natsui. Ava does not give a fuck about those both.
明白なる犯人は無情の刃を振るいたり。
Yeah.
第4のゲーム、第1の番。
Oh, now we're on the 4th game. Oh, okay. Yeah, now we're on the 4th game. Alright. I'm kind of skimming over these because, I'll be honest, I was not expecting to go into the theories of the previous 4 games murder, so sorry this is slightly underwhelming. Do I have to say, though, I do like how I was able to get, you know, the whiteboard out. Alright. 4th Twilight, 4th game. I mean, 1st Twilight, 4th game. Wait, no 9th Twilight. Very good point. She did skim over in the 9th Twilight. That is a really good point out, Ganemba. Alright, 4th game, 1st Twilight. A massacring storm sees through the dining hall. Seems like Will's closing in on the Ava Witch theory. It does seem like, because he said obvious culprit. Alright, so 4th game, 1st Twilight. That was the deaths in the dining hall in front of everyone where Kinzo killed them. Even though obviously Kinzo did not kill them. However, it was the people in the dining hall that saw the murder. They could have all collaborated for, you know, stating this happened and that happened. Because people were taken out of the, you know, dining hall on that Twilight. Because I remember, you know, in the prisons underground, there were the people who were killed by the other stakes later on. Hey. Who got murdered? I can't forget who got murdered here. Yeah, I kind of forgot who got murdered here. I know who didn't though. Everyone except for the cousins were in the dining hall, all dying and surviving witnessed magic. So they witnessed magic. I mean, this all could have been a ruse that the people who survived made up. Because I know that there were people who escaped the room. Natsu, Rosa, Ava, Hideyoshi, Genji, and Rudolph died. Got it. Such a goat you are, bro. Thank you, Espadari. Such a goat. How is there 15 people watching this? I am not doing a good theory time right now. I just have a whiteboard. It makes it sound like I'm saying something prophetic and, you know, good, but I'm not even answering a single, like, of the Twilights. How the hell are there 15 people? Episode 4 has no red truths at all. Only red truth is Canon is dead. Among the 5 in Kyrie's group, he was the first to die. In short, he was the 9th victim. Have fun playing Umi, bro? Yes. Okay, so going back to what I'm doing right now. So, okay. Natsuri, Rosa, Ava, Hideyoshi, Genji, and Rudolph had all died. Okay. And all the people who were there were witnesses to magic. The only red truth was, Canon was the first to die of Kyrie's group, and he was the 9th victim. Could have been that the people who witnessed did not truly witness anything. Because Kinzo's dead, and there was no way that he could have, you know, done it because he's been dead. This one's kind of a toughie. To be fully honest, this one's kind of a toughie. I might just have Will cut some of these down. So someone go to escape the dining hall and told the cousins of the magic. They're probably accomplices because, you know, there was no way Kinzo actually killed them, but they witnessed the magic. And there's hardly any red truths. The other survivors were thrown in jail. The only 2 that came by were those 2. Could have been all a ruse, but then it turned out it was real this whole time. Except for Goldsmith. Yes, we all know that Goldsmith did not get thrown in jail, but I'm gonna ignore Goldsmith for now. Because Goldsmith's been dead this whole time. And this is when Jessica and George died. 2 youths face a trial and pass away together. Got it. Yeah, so the two who are in love are killed. It's probably someone who could have killed the 2 of them. Because Jessica and George are now dead alongside. Natsuya, Rosa, Ava, Hideyoshi, Genji, and Rudolph. And there were people thrown in jail. And obviously Maria did not kill them. And the others were in jail. Kumasawa and Goda probably did not kill them. Beatrice probably got to them. But George kicked Jessica dead. Jessica punched George dead. They died in separate rooms. They killed each other in separate rooms somehow. No. Yeah, they died in separate rooms. I mean, there was no go through, so there was no lock on the door, so one of them probably could have crawled to another room and died. Huh. I don't think they killed each other, though. Someone had to have been the killer, but everyone was kind of locked up in the prison. It looked like a unicorn. The unicorn. Died in separate rooms.
幻は幻に。黄金の真実が紡ぎ出す物語は幻に変える。
And also it could have been, you know... This is also one of the, I think, messages in the bottle. And those who were in the prison died next. However, he was the first to die. In short, he was the 9th victim, which was canon. Re-died. Oh wait, Jessica was resurrected, called Battle Tongue. She was already dead and was about to die, then she re-died. I partially remember the re-dying.
幻は幻に。虚構に彩られし、物言わぬ無垢。
And the Ninth Twilight, the hanging. And none shall be left alive, cleaning up the job of the accomplices. And this is when Beatrice called Battler. When fiction is shut up inside of a cat box, it becomes truth. The cat box. Litter box. Oh shit. Oh. Kyrie died on the phone with Battler. Yeah, many people were on the phone. Something's happening. Oh no. Oh no. It's the end of Claire, I believe. I'm gonna push back the whiteboard so I can get my chair back in. Man! My first introduction to the whiteboard is definitely underwhelming. It's definitely underwhelming. But I will return the whiteboard soon. The whiteboard may be something that will pop up more in streams, especially when theories come about. However, I was underprepared for the stream, I'll be honest. She gonna make me cry. Oh, something's about to happen. Oh no. Alright. It's time to say goodbye to Claire. The Ninth Twilight here refers more about Battler dying on the Ninth Twilight rather than Goda and Kumasawa. Oh, the explosion! I think explosion, because all the games ended with a big boom. Kumasawa and Goda had the only keys to the shed in their pocket, and as they hang there dead, Battler needed a cutting tool to get inside. He knows Kumasawa and Goda were shot to death as they hang. How? How? Kumasawa and Goda had the only keys to the shed in their pocket as they hang there dead. How? Huh. I am not sure how, to be honest, how they were, killed. Over and over again, Claire's body was sliced by the pitch-black sword. Golden petals. As proof, the chapel was now filled with golden flower petals, which danced around like snow. This kind of looks like the GIMP brush. It looks very similar to a brush on GIMP. Hold on. This really does look like a brush on GIMP. Hold on. Let me pull up GIMP real quick. Because this looks like one of the brushes on GIMP. Hold on. Michael giving up theory time halfway through. shaking my head along the future. I was not expecting a theory time, I'll be honest. I was just expecting just, you know, a playthrough since I thought a lot of the theory time was over, so I was underprepared. And yeah, I just can't think of much right now since I was very underprepared for a theory time, to be fully honest. But yeah, going back to my crazed rambling, this is basically a filter on GIMP, and I could prove that real quick. Alright, let's see, media source. Wait, no, not media source. Window capture. Yeah, okay. Wow, got exactly on the window I want to show. That's kind of impressive, actually. Yeah, so these spotted effects right here on the game, the effects that, you know, are like these little specks of gold, it looks very similar to this brush on GIMP. Hold on, that's eraser. Yeah, it looks very similar to this on GIMP. It looks very similar. Maybe with a little bit of opacity just lowered on it. Expecting next stream to be 24 hours of pure theory crafting. Wouldn't expect less. Speaking of GIMP, punishment game for Michael. Instead of May costume and cast costume, GIMP suit. I feel like I would get banned from YouTube for that one, Ganemba. I feel like that would warrant a ban from YouTube if I wore a fucking GIMP suit on a stream. Oh no, did I lose the game? Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought I lost the game. But yeah, no. That sparkling effect right there is very similar to the GIMP effect that I just showed on screen. It is very similar. It was a random ramble, but it was very similar. Alright. Whew. Alright. And I think I should be back on the stream page. 24 hours of theory crafting. I mean, I could. I really could. It's just that that's a lot of theory crafting for that period of time. Whew. The gold snow was like confetti at the finale of a show. I feel like a GIMP suit's for a different kind of website, not YouTube. The curtains were finally falling on the stage that was her. Claire slowly raised her hands. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's a really nice CG. That is a really nice CG. It's beautiful. The sword she held became golden rose petals and melted away. She stood there, arms wide, waiting for the final strike. Oh, the final truth. Say it, Will. That is very loud. That's like peaking audio. Hello, Massimiliano. That is like peaking audio when he was like yelling right there. Holy crap, that audio was peaking. Oh no, I messed up the OBS. Hold on. Oh my god, that audio peaked in the final Illusions to Illusions. Holy crap, I was... No! Stop doing that! No! I do not want to GIMP that... Not GIMP? No, I don't mean to dock the window OBS. God. Oh man. Alright. Who am I? It's the same question Beatrice asked Battler at the end of episode 4, using Watahi instead of Wawara. Speaking of I. That's a really good, detail to bring up, Ficha. The pitch black blade that Will swung high cut down Claire's form. At the same time, she was blown away by a gust of wind. Her human form crumbled in an instant, became a storm of golden flower petals, and was torn apart. After she was blown away, a golden heart remained in midair. That's kind of metal, to be honest. But it was too swallowed by the torrent of wind and broke down into flower petals. The gold torrent of wind swirled around the chapel. Then, the swirl petals scattered out of existence and vanished. What does Will answer mean? The promised reaper lowers the curtain on the tale regardless of the witch's will. The promised reaper lowers the curtain on the tale regardless of the witch's will. I guess in a way, time could be considered the promised reaper, because the witch willed endless possibilities. Goddess Gardena again, yeah. But yes, the promised reaper, I think implies it could be time, because with being the endless witch with endless possibilities, the only thing that can, make something endless, not be endless is time. The promised reaper lowers the curtain on the tale regardless of the witch's will. At the beginning of the chapter, Claire was asking, why 1986? Which heavily implies this reaper was time itself. Hello, Mickey. I missed you, my friend. Aw. Yeah, I got a little busy with university, so I've been off stream for quite a while. It definitely shows I've been off stream for a while because I'm still a little bit shaky on camera. So Will's answer is that she, the witch, is time? Who am I? Time. Oh yeah, the promised reaper is, Beatrice themselves in a way. That's also a really good point, time. I guess the promised reaper may not fully be time, but also the promised reaper being the person who created the witch's tale, the person behind the witches. In a way, time can still be applied because time, happened for her faster than she had wanted it to come to her. Yeah, so time. Who am I? Time. Not really time per se, because it's the individual that, is the one who lowered the curtain. I thought time would have to do with it. Maybe not the best direction, but the person who is the promised reaper is within the witches themselves, the person who created the witches, the storyteller, the person whose truth was there to be told. And she did put it to rest with, giving this mystery out to tell the truth. The yapping's going too far. Okay, fine. I'll continue on playing, Ficha. I'm a yap master, by the way. That's one thing I just know how to do. Yap. A few remaining petals danced around like snowflakes. And those final vestiges decorated the chapel beautifully. Oh. In the original visual novel, the golden petals were recreated with an animation that looked like golden snow falling. Too bad they didn't keep it that way. When I read this for the first time, my theory reading Will's answer was that she never ended up being the real culprit, but it ended up being someone else. If that's true, though, that's another story. I do think the main culprit is Beatrice herself. However, In terms of the person who's murdering, she might have been behind some murders, but it could have been the greed of the family members that led them to kill each other. And the final push of the murder was created by Beatrice. Notably, in all the first 4 games, Balor was left alive till the very end. If Beatrice was actively killing people, I really do not think that, on that list of people to kill, Balor would be on there, so Balor was left alive. So Beatrice was involved as a culprit. It's up to interpretation, honestly. That is also another good point, Kilato. It's up to interpretation. But yeah, I do think that Beatrice is the true culprit, but in terms of murders, though, I feel like the adults involved, as well as potentially a servant, could have been, somewhat responsible for the blade. A beam of light lit the center of the stage. There stood Claire, whose tale had ended. Then, slowly, softly, she faced the audience and bowed. Is she also gonna turn into gold petals? Oh no, it's the end of the show. The curtain's gonna drop. Applause spread throughout the room. The long, long tale she had just finished telling was being given a massive applause. It went on and on. Clapping alone in my room is a little sad. And on and on. I agree with Kilato. I mentioned my years-old theory simply because it was interesting how our interpretations of the same story can be. Yes! Umineko is a story of interpretations. That's one thing I will agree with. Especially with the message bottle analogies. Umineko in itself is a story that has rules. However, it is open to interpretation based off of the reader themselves. Especially for the solutions to the murders as well as the, solutions towards the truth. There are given truths that are kind of the rules of the mystery, but from there, using those truths, you could do your own theory crafting to the tale that you want to, make in your own message bottle. And this is one very loud, entertaining message bottle that I'm creating right here. The stage slowly sunk into the darkness of oblivion. Behind the darkness and the curtain, Claire continued to bow in front of the unending applause, and disappeared. People are born with sin, and live life to attain forgiveness from someone. Or perhaps they are born with riddles, and live life searching for someone to solve them. Here, all of her riddles have been solved, leaving no lingering regrets behind. Wait, if episode 7 is a message bottle inside of Umineko's universe, who wrote it? That's a really good question. That is a really good question. Who wrote the message bottle of this universe? Whether Balor in episode 6 getting stuck in a logic error was a part of his plan or not, as an example. Was it a logic error, or did he do that on purpose to reawaken Beatrice? Purely up to a person's interpretation, yeah. People are riddles. They want someone else to solve their riddle. They live life wanting someone to solve the riddle that they are, the most difficult riddle in the world. They want someone to look at the riddle they are, and they want that person to solve it. For her, that wish has been granted. Burn Castle, Hachio Toya's Black Cat wrote it, by randomly walking on a typewriter, miraculously writing the 7th episode. Ah, yes. A cat walked across the typewriter and wrote this entire story. That's a lot of walking for a cat, and as someone who's grown up with cats, especially black cats, they will not be wanting to walk that long. They're basically gonna walk down the stairs to their food bowl and then sit down in front of that food bowl, knowing a cat. Speaking of cats, I'm gonna be seeing her cat tomorrow, which is gonna be very nice. Her soul will no longer. Bah. Her soul will wander no longer. Sleep in endless peace in your catbox coffin. Catbox? Who's putting Claire in a litter box? Michael forgetting Rika, that's Bernkastel's monkey theorem. Oh no, not this song. Oh no, not this song. Curiously, episodes 5 and 6 can easily dismantle things like Shannon's identity or the logical theory. This due to certain situations, mainly due to Erika's perspective. And Erika had no love. Forgetting Bernkastel's monkey theorem. Fuck, what is the monkey theorem? Thanks for all people. As I'm trying to remember what the monkey theorem is, I'm gonna be heading to my cat box. It's time for Michael's cat box. I guess as I'm gone, if someone could write down the monkey theorem for me, that would be very helpful. I'm actually going to write it on the board. Given enough time, a monkey continuously randomly typing on a typewriter will eventually type out the entire story of Hamlet. Oh, I know that one! Yeah, no, never mind, actually, I do know that one. I think that was a joke in The Simpsons, or, in general, like, yeah, Shakespeare. With enough time, a monkey would be able to write Shakespeare. I do know the monkey theorem, actually. I just forgot that it was said in Umineko Shigarashi. Bernkastel's expedition to miracles or whatever. So I guess in a way, eventually also with the monkey theorem, a cat would be able to do it. At some point in episode 5, when Battler is facing Erika, he tells Renove something like, teach her that you can't rule this world with one single arrogant truth. This is a story where you choose your truth. Hell yeah! Yeah, that is pretty much the synopsis of what I'm seeing Umineko as. There is no one truth in Umineko, it's the truth that we make. And whether or not you choose to have love with it is up to you. Though there have been so many golden flower petals flitting about like a blizzard, not a single one remained. Everything had become dust, vanishing as though there had been nothing there in the first place. And all was silent once more. And then there were none. Come to think of it, even the sound of rain is gone. The rain must have stopped at some point. Infinite monkey theorem. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, the infinite monkey theorem, I do recognize that one, yeah.
Soだといいのですが。
逃れられぬ袋小路の運命と自らを呪い諦めきっていた。そんなあいつにとってお前という幸せな奇跡に出会えたことは何よりもの救いになった。
One of the things I love about Umineko is that it shows that perception is reality. What you perceive to be real in this world is exactly real to you. That is a really, really good way of looking at it, actually. It could also, like, apply in itself into mysteries in real life. What you perceive to be real is exactly real to you.
だからそんな顔をするな。
Yeah, basically you're kind of creating your own universe. You're creating your own message bottle. I keep on going back to the message bottle. What are you up to?
お前にしちゃ粋な計らいだったな。
私はアウアウから葬儀の執り行いを任されただけ。
Who's Awao?
あんたという進行役を呼んで全てを任せただけだけれど。
Awao told you to carry out a funeral. Is there anything else you're going to be doing outside of a funeral? Like, you know, the after party? Why are you still suspecting Burn after all this time? She has a shit-eating grin on her face, and she erased Erika from existence. I don't trust her. Someone who has the capability of erasing someone out of existence is inherently going to be pulling some shit from what I'm assuming. Knowing media consumption, if you willingly erase someone from existence, something bad, you're going to do something bad eventually. Oh, Augustus Aurora. Yes. But yeah, no, I do not trust you, Burn Castle. Erika, goddammit.
ありがとう、ウィル。
She is not erased it from my memory.
私がクレルに代わってあなたに感謝します。異なる運命の私の未練をすべて断ち切ってくれてありがとう。
お前はもっと頭を抱えて混乱すると思っていた。
もう私は理解しています。私がいかに幸せに生きてきたかということを。
Leon's now understanding how privileged they are compared to other versions of themselves. To be fair, she pulled Erika out of nowhere and put her back to nowhere when she was done with her, as in her right as Erika's god.
何かの運命に翻弄され、異なる世界を生きていたなら、私は同じ運命の袋小路にいたかもしれない。
I mean, yes, that's a very fair point. But also, they're creating people into existence and then erasing them. Usually that's not an ability that, you know, a good character or a character who's on the good alignment would normally do. Like, in terms of D&D alignment, I don't think Burn is in the good alignment. Maybe neutral? I might give her that. She might be neutral? I don't think she's in the good end. She's either in chaotic or neutral. I mean, more lawful, I guess.
しかし私はとてつもなく低い確率の幸運の中から。
Because in the D&D alignment... Sorry, Leon. Sorry, Leon, for this bullshit, but hold on. To yap a little bit, in the D&D alignments, there is good, neutral, and evil, as well as lawful, neutral, and evil. Chaotic. Burn's in the chaotic category, in my opinion, because... Oh my god. D&D, lawful good, wizard, summon, detective. Okay, yeah, lawful good is Will. I will say Will is lawful good. Meanwhile, chaotic and neutral could be Burn, in my opinion. Nah, Burn is the far end of chaotic evil. Yeah, still kind of messed up. I like how most people are agreeing on the alignment. Or, Burn cast will be on chaotic, especially towards the evil or neutral end. Spell basically ended, and the summoned creature disappeared back to where it came from. A creature that had sentience, and I don't think wanted to be erased from existence.
その価値と意味を教えられましたから。
Burn just cast summon detective.
何？意外そうな顔して。
And also, I could see that Will's also sus of Burn Castle.
魔女にろくな奴はいないってのが俺の持論だったが、 改める必要があるかもな。
No, 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 no. Still be suspicious.
いいわよ、改めないで。私は退屈しのぎのためにあの子のゲームに乗った。
Only to kill some time, you say.
そして負けはしたけれど楽しく遊ばせてもらった。
You are taking this loss way too calmly.
あの子はそのゲーム版を畳まずに言ってしまった。私は遊ばせてもらった礼と敗者の務めとして最後の片付けを引き受けただけよ。
Of course he is sus. Burn's second cast of Summon Detective is about to end too.
てっきりもっとひでえことをすると思って
Oh wait, I just now saw one of this comment. I honestly wish episodes 3, 5, 6, and 7 had alternative endings, but at the same time, it is understood that bad endings do not exist, since in the end, each arc ends in a bad ending. I feel like Umineko is a bit too linear to have a bad ending. Like, you know, multiple ending routes, I feel like in itself, like, it has multiple endings that the player creates rather than the game giving you a bad ending or a good ending. Huh. You just know she's burning on the inside. She's taking the wood well, but inside she's just cursing herself.
ひどいこと。
心をないがしろにした。もっとひでえゲームを見せると思っていた。
ひどいゲームにしたわ。あの子がファンタジーだと称するゲームをあんたという探偵を連れてきてミステリーで終わらせたわ。魔女幻想は見事に砕け散って私のささやかな仕返しはおしまい。
I mean, yeah, that is the real truth. There will be no happy ending told by Burn and Lambda Delta. That is very true. There will be no good or bad ending. However, can there be a mediocre ending where there is no happiness nor sadness? It's just mediocre. Maybe mediocre is not the best way to define that. Maybe a neutral ending, not mediocre, because mediocre makes it sound like the ending is, like, you know, not good. So maybe a neutral ending.
この絡まった恋の物語を絶対の意志で終わらせる。その絶対の意志に絶対の魔女が微笑んであの子を2日間だけの魔女にした。
Now me saying the word mediocre is gonna get clipped out of context. Ah, damn it.
私はその2日間という限られた時間の中だけで無限に広がる万華鏡を楽しませてもらった。私は祝福しないから奇跡は起きない。でもその結末さえもあの子が望んだものよ。
無限の物語は一体どの真実で本当は終わったんでしょう。
さあな。それを決めつけないのが猫箱ってもんだ。
開けば屋敷は跡形も残らずエヴァを除いて誰も生き残らない物語。
In December 2024, I called Umineko mediocre. Out of context, that sounds really bad.
エヴァは何も語らず死んだ以上、すべては猫箱の中。有限の箱の中にしまわれる無限の可能性。
こうして思うと彼女が生きてそして死んだ島そのものが黄金鏡だったのかもしれませんね。
猫箱を黄金鏡と呼ぶならね。
That is very fair. I don't think a cat box is that nice to be in.
そしてその猫箱の中で考えうる最も楽しい物語をバトラは書いたわ。
ベアトリーチェの棺に収められたその本か。
そうよ。彼が思い描いた彼女が最も幸せな物語。
Is that episode 6?
とても楽しくて愛に満ちた幸せな物語でした。私もあの物語が棺には一番ふさわしいと思います。
いや、違う。
え？
クレルは言ったぜ。お前という存在が彼女の希望であり救いなんだ。お前がこれからも幸せであることが何よりもの救いなんだ。
はい。
幸せに生きなさい。
You know a thing or two about living happily.
あんたはただそれだけであの子の奇跡なのだから。
But are you gonna let that happen?
はい。彼女の分も幸せに生きます。
Alright, Burn. What are you up to?
よくこいつを見つけ出したな。あの膨大な海の中から200何万高の中から探し出したのか。
私ごときにできることなんてせいぜいその程度のことよ。これで葬儀はおしまいよ。
It's time for a party. And this party's when you're gonna do the Burn Castle thing, aren't you?
約束通り結界は解いたわ。あんたが立ち去れば時間も元通りに動き出す。
Michael will be so disappointed when he finds out Burn isn't up to anything. Now that makes me even more suspicious! Writing comments like that makes me more suspicious.
これでお役御免か。早く帰らねえとダイアナがまたカーテンを引っかき出す。
Oh, you gotta get back. Cats can get very vengeful.
短い間
Speaking
で
of
した
vengeful
がお
cats,
世話になりました。
we're dealing with one right now. The Black Cat of Miracles.
あばよ。
Oh, that's a pretty cool sprite.
異なる幾百万の自分たちの代わりに幸せになりな。
Double bluffs. You're calling that a double bluff? When he left the chapel, a beautiful after-rain sky stretched out above him. That sky, which was a mix of rain clouds, gaps of sunlight, and the tint of twilight, had a beauty to it that couldn't be described in words. Will slowly descended the stone stairs, stepping through puddles. Then, he waved without looking back, and left the chapel behind. Goodbye, Will. Triple bluffs. It's a bluff within another bluff. Within a bluff. His form and footprints gradually faded away, until there was no trace left.
じゃあ私も消えるわ。
Yeah, you're disappearing.
さよなら、リオン。
あなたにもお世話になりました。あなたに心ないことを言った気がします。
This is way too nice.
申し訳ありませんでした。あなたは私にとても大切なことを教えてくれました。何か？
何も。感謝されるなんて100年ぶりだから、なんて返事をすればいいか戸惑っただけよ。
It's not over until the credits roll. Barncastle shrugged, then floated up into the air. Then, she looked up at the beautiful 7 colors of light shining through the stained glass. Is she about to find God? It spoke as though someone was looking down on her from there. Oh, okay. I was just making a. I was just making a joke. Is she actually about to speak to God or something? Just like how back in episode 4, when Angie and Maria had the scene where they were going back and forth on whether if Maria was living in a lie of happiness and her mother was abusing her, or... Oh? A lie of happiness and her mother was abusing her, or... I kind of want to see the end of your comment before I continue. Because it feels like it got cut off slightly. Or something else. Something more magical where it was true happiness. And her mother was just being possessed by an evil witch. I'm gonna continue the lines, but if there's a second part to the, comment, I'll read it.
Aurora.
Oh, she actually is speaking to, like, God.
これで答え合わせには十分でしょ。これでわからないなら、傍観者の魔女どもを集めてお茶会でも開いて、他の魔女の推理でも拝聴したら。
Hilato proceeds to never finishing the comment so that the stream will continue endlessly. No! No!
私は意地悪だから、これ以上を詳しくはやらないわよ。考えぬ魔女はいない。なぜなら考えぬ魔女は死ぬか海の藻くずなんだもの。さあ、これから戻ってあんたの推理がどの程度当たってたかを魚に一杯やりましょう。
Plot twist. It was actually Maria who was hitting Rosa.
もう悪役もミコも疲れたわ。私もこれでお役ごめんよ。じゃあね、リオン。そして傍観者の魔女たち。
Barncastle burst and disappeared. A single golden flower petal glittered. With her own face too on Rosa's hand. Yes, she was whacking her face against Rosa's hand. That's what was going on. Leon picked it up. It was the only trace of a miracle that remained in this chapel. At that time, cheery voices could suddenly be heard. It was the relatives. They came out of the waiting room, one by one.
リオン、ここにいたのですか。探しましたよ。
母さん、申し訳ありません。少し考え事をしていました。
やっと雨が上がったみたいやな。いい天気みたいや。
皆さん方、屋敷へ戻ろうじゃないかね。これでベアトリーチェの葬儀は終了だそうだ。
お父さん、当主様は？
Oh, they're talking about Kenzo. It's been so long since I heard someone refer to Kenzo as the head and is actively, him being there. Oh, man.
今来るぜ。今日は散々だったな。親父の葬式ごっこに付き合うのも疲れるぜ。
そんなこと言っちゃダメよ。大事なセレモニーだったわ。
That is true indeed, Kyrie.
そうね。お父様にとって大切な儀式だったと思うわ。私お腹空いちゃったわ。ゴーダさん、何か作れない？
はい。すぐにお茶のご用意をいたします。
リオンはどこか。
Oh, hey! It's the rest of Kilato's comments. If Maria had true happiness and it was purely just a black witch that took over her mother at bad times, Angie had to learn that to see the truth, you had to see through multiple perspectives. Nice. So I was a little distracted by the I was a little distracted by the whole Maria being the one who was hitting her mom joke. I was a little distracted by that.
肩を貸せ。
当主様、ただいま。
As Kinzo came out after the others, Leon ran up to him.
今日は一日ご苦労だった。
I don't know why, but I suddenly just had a thought that Kinzo's just gonna pull out a Glock and just shoot Leon out of nowhere. I don't know why, but that thought just came to my head.
ベアトリーチェの葬儀はこれで終了である。
はい。ベアトリーチェの魂もきっと救われただろうと思います。
Is it truly, though? This is a Burn Castile story, though.
なぜそうわかる？
Oh my god! Maria spell. I hate that this is a spell that's been developed.
さっきまで私はベアトリーチェと一緒にいました。そして彼女が未練なく旅立ったのを見届けました。だからわかります。私がそれを保証します。
そうか。お前が言うなら間違いはあるまい。
The relatives left the chapel one by one. Leon left too, giving Kinzo a shoulder to lean on. Sorry, Kilato. Sorry, Kilato. Oh man. If you think about it, if Rosa had managed to be promoted to a witch, it would have literally been Maria's nightmare, since it would give shape to that bad witch who hates Maria. Oh. Okay, actually, that's a really interesting take right there. If Rosa had been promoted to a witch, that would unintentionally kind of create the bad witch. Well, not unintentionally, it could be intentional. She's made into a witch. Either way, the witch would be made. A beam of sunlight peeked through the clouds, looking like a staircase leading up to heaven. Oh. Umineko no naku頃に chiru. Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. The Golden Witch is prepared a gift for you in commemoration of your stay. You can find these new items on the title screen. Rest in peace. That felt very anticlimactic. Really? That's how we're ending it here. Interesting. That felt very anticlimactic. Would the Chiesu sisters leave Maria to join the Black Witch's side and turn against Maria? And yeah, I am not done with episode 7 yet. Let's have a tea party real quick. Let's have a tea party. Because I'm not trusting that for 1 second. Oh. When I came to, all was silent. It's long but very wholesome. Wait, this is long? Wait, this is gonna be long? Hold on. I need to leave at 7. Hold on, how long is this gonna be? Very long. Would there be good places to do stopping points within the next 90 minutes? I did not know that this was gonna be long. Like, usually the tea parties are like 45 minutes, so I thought I had enough time. But if everyone's saying that it's long, I'm not gonna get through all of it tonight. Especially since this is the night before Christmas. Yes, it could be a nice Christmas present if I do the whole thing, but I do need to leave at 7. I do need to leave at 7 for other plans. But I will try to find another stream time before the new year, of course, so I might get through a little bit. It is separated into chapters. 3 hours? 4 hours, 3 hours? No good stopping points onwards. It is separated into chapters itself? Wait, that's how long this tea party is? It's separated into fucking chapters? Let's be back after 7 p.m. I'll probably have to do another stream time after Christmas. I could probably find one before the new year, though, since I do want to try finishing episode 7. Yeah, you don't all... Yeah, I'm not going to read it all at once. No, there's no way in hell I'm doing that. But I do want to read some of it tonight. It's literally better as a stream or two. Oh, so it's been recommended that this could be a separate stream? Is that the recommendation? Like, I'm actually gonna write down it. This is gonna be on a vote now. This is gonna be on a vote. I have a whiteboard for this. Next stream, the 25th on Chris. I have to see when I get home from the holidays, since I will be not here at my apartment with my recording equipment. So that'll probably be later in the evening if I were to do the 25th. Alright. I also have to check my own personal calendar. I'm gonna actually pull up my personal calendar on my computer. Hopefully it's not streaming my personal calendar, because I don't want my calendar really out there. There is actually... Okay, this is actually very funny, because I am going to have a live stream later this week, actually, next Sunday. However, that stream is not Umineko related. It's actually a holiday, holiday special of Undertale with some friends, and I was going to, be announcing at the end of the stream. So yeah, there is a stream on the 30th. It's just not going to be Umineko. It's actually going to be planned to be, Undertale, for which I was going to announce at the end of the stream. There might be a good stopping point, but it's better as a whole stream. Yeah, I might do a whole stream for that, like say beside a 4-hour stream for that. Tea party at home together with family stream. I'm the only person in my family that, doesn't mind being on camera. That's what I'm going to say. Because, yeah, my family, even though they do like my YouTube stuff, they do not want to be on camera. That's one thing I will say. I've been on camera for over 20 years now. I'm the only one that's been on camera for 20 years in my family. But yeah, no. 25th? Kinda possible? Kinda have to... Yeah. I have to figure out when I'm getting home. But that's not impossible. It's just that it's going to be a late stream for me. It's going to be a late stream, so 25th is a possibility. So I'm going to put down 25th as a possibility. Now, keyword possibility. I'm not for sure about the 25th because it is Christmas Day. But yeah, 25th is a good possibility with my calendar. As well as another day. Because on the 29th, I'll be having my Undertale live stream. Fortunately, I'm going to make an official post later today about it, actually. So the 29th will be Undertale with friends. Because I have not played Undertale in a while, and it's the Christmas season. And I always see that Undertale is kind of an unintentional holiday game for me. Like, it could be applied to the holidays. But yeah, 29th will be the Undertale stream, so I'm going to say 29th is a no-go. But I could also stream on the 30th. So I'm saying that either the 25th or 30th could be the stream time for the next part of Umineko. It's just I'm going to have to quickly get to, making a thumbnail tonight if I do the 25th. So I'm going to leave it to the vote of the channel. Do we want the, Tea Party live stream to be the 25th or 30th? I'm leaving it out to everyone now because I have a whiteboard with tally marks. Because it's been recommended that it's a stream of its own. So I'm just now going to be fucking around for the end of the stream, I guess. And also it might be divided into 2 streams since I already started, it's been about 2 hours, 30 minutes of, the end of the first game stuff. So I'm probably going to have to make a tea party into a Stafford stream. So now it's up to the vote. It's very brave of you, Michael, to let your family watch your streams with all the Barry Treachy on and stuff. I mean, they like seeing me on camera, so they have seen my videos, and they have seen my cursed videos. Especially the one that is still getting views. Okay, there's one of my videos that is still getting views, and it's the one where I did the, training with Himeko, yeah. Oh no, 25th and 30th are possible. 25th, though, just depends on family schedule, but if I do it in the late evening, very possible. But yeah, no, My family's especially seen the video where I did the training with Umineko thing, where I literally was doing push-ups and sit-ups with Umineko, which is like this anime girl that was weirdly sexualized to an uncomfortable degree. And for some reason I did a video where I was exercising with her. It was like a weird video during the pandemic that I still have up, and it's still getting views. It is still getting views because towards the end of the video, all I have on is like literally my pants that were rolled up to the point where they were looking like underwear. It's a weird as hell video, and I watched it again recently, and as like someone who's older now, I was like, what the fuck was I up to? But yeah, moving back to what I was explaining with the whiteboard, I could either do the 25th or 30th, but I was going to leave it to the viewers and Natalie to decide. Can I do a poll on this, actually? I can! I can do a poll! So, should the Tea Party stream be on the 25th or 30th? I can do polls! Tea Party being good 2-part stream. Very nice of you to give us exactly 2 stream dates, did. 25th and 30th. We have a vote for the 30th! Someone voted for December 30th! Someone voted for December 25th! Okay, we got 30 votes for the 25th! Oh man, Umineko Christmas sounds fire. Oh man. I mean, if we do the 25th, I could always do another stream on the 30th of, like, you know, the question mark zone. Umineko Christmas. Alright, okay, who's jumping votes? I've seen someone jumping from 30th to 25th. Whenever you have the most time, I say, this team party is extremely long. I mean, I do have time in the evening on the 25th for like a 4-hour stream, and on the 30th I have the whole day, basically. It's just that the days between the 25th and 30th, I'll have other plans, especially with my other part-time job. Yeah. So it's looking like we're doing a 25th stream. Looks like we're doing Christmas now. 25th and then again on the 30th. Yeah, I mean, when I give 2 times, I knew I was going to stream on both times anyway. I just had to, you know, plan these out a bit then. And, oh. Who is jumping vote? Oh, wait, no, more people are voting. Never mind. Okay, someone's jumping votes. I'm seeing you jump votes actively. We did get another vote for the 30th, as well as another vote for the 25th. It seems like the 25th is winning on the poll. All right. Oh man, the whiteboard, I have to say, is a good addition to the streams now, the whiteboard. But I guess, before anything else, I'm going to go ahead and say that the 25th is the likely stream time now for the tea parties. The Christmas Undertale stream. You never saw nor played Undertale yet? No, I have played Undertale. I'm just replaying it again because it's becoming a holiday tradition. And I had an original Let's Play on this channel. However, I wanted to re-record it recently because the original Let's Play was horribly filmed. It was horribly filmed. You could barely understand what I was saying, and the music was not even mixed in with my voice. So I wanted to do a re-stream of Undertale. I agree about the whiteboard. You could even do Limbo on your way to the bathroom. I don't think I could do Limbo because there's like a metal bar. Like there's a metal bar right here that prevents me from doing Limbo, and another metal bar at the bottom. It's like to keep the frame up. So yeah, I technically cannot do Limbo because there's like 2 metal bars, across the bottom of the whiteboard. God, from talking so long, from talking this much, my voice is a little bit like, dry and parched. But yeah, I have to say though, Claire's story is beautiful. In that case, I want to see you sweat. Undertale genocide run. I don't want to do a genocide though. I love the characters too much that I feel bad if I kill them. That's the funny thing. I never have done a genocide route in Undertale because I like the characters so much that I can't bring myself to do it. That's one thing about me in Undertale. I literally cannot get myself to do the genocide route. And yes, the Undertale livestream It's gonna be a long one. I will say that now. It will be a long stream because whenever I play Pacifist, like my fastest run of the Pacifist route was actually 3 hours. Are you currently Umineko? Sorry, it's my first time watching. Oh, no. We just finished the Umineko session of the stream because the next part of the game would actually take a little bit too long, so we're going to save it for, the next stream. My apologies, Daniel. But yeah, we just finished the Umineko portion of the stream, but I will be doing the tea party on the 25th. I'm still deciding on a time, but I will be continuing the stream on the 25th. Yeah, no, 3 hours is not bad for the, pacifist route, especially the true pacifist, because you kind of have to, do a few things, over again in the true pacifist. And, there's a few portions of the true pacifist that are a little tricky, especially for first-timers. However, yeah, it's still, pretty easy for me to get through, because I usually am able to do the bullet hells quite well. I trained with Toho. Even though Toho's not the most fair comparison with Undertale, because a lot of the fighting mechanics are based off the bullet hell mechanics of Toho. There's a lot more to Undertale that, makes it very different than Toho. And yes, hardly I talk about how I'm a fan of Toho on this channel because I can't really think of any videos with Toho that I could do right now. Like, there's a lot of content you could create with Toho, but also I can't get myself to, do any of it. Oh, we have another vote for the 25th. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll because it's pretty obvious that the 25th is going to be our stream time. Because, yeah, it was a 75-25 vote, so we're going to have Umineko Christmas. Does this mean you do the secret door ending too? I kinda do the secret door ending. Like, I've only done it once. And I kinda forgot how to do it, so I'm gonna have to read a walkthrough online on how to do it. But I've only done it once. And I'll be playing the computer version, so there will be some console-only elements that I won't be doing, such as, like, the, cat-maid-girl battle. I have the Switch version, and I have done the cat-maid-girl battle, which is super fun. However, we won't be getting that during the stream, because I will be streaming from my laptop. Even though, yes, that battle from the Switch is really fun, in my opinion. I forgot her name, though. It's like Meow Meow... I know it's Mad Dummy in the body of one of the characters that's like a cat maid, but I forgot the name of the character. Yeah, no, I was like thinking, Yes, I just finished the main part of episode 7, and I'm going to be doing the tea party on Christmas. Probably later into the evening, that's what I'll say. Later in the evening, I'll give a time soon, and usually when I do a stream release, I give the Eastern Standard Time of the stream, which is the time zone I'm in. And then after I do the Eastern Standard Time, I, put a time zone converter for people to, plug in the Eastern Standard Time conversion. Even though I've been kind of, wanting to use the Universal Time Clock as a joke. Because, yeah, the Universal Time Clock is a pretty interesting, way of keeping track of what time it is across the world. How long are you going to keep streaming today? I was going to stream for like maybe a few more minutes, maybe like 20-ish, but I don't think I'm going to stream for long since I'm not going to get into the tea party today, so I don't, do too much. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and close out the game since it's just wind blaring in the background. But, yeah, I might be ending the stream pretty, soon, though, because, there's not much to really stream now outside of, like, planning and, giving an announcement of the Undertale stream, December 29th, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be right after one of my work shifts at my part-time job, so I'm gonna be extra tired. And, yeah, I'm working, like, I'm gonna be working... Yeah, I'm gonna be working a lot of evenings that weekend. Wow. Did you watch the latest meme on my Discord? This felt so short. It's almost been 3 hours, so it feels short, but also it's been about 3 hours. And you said about the most recent meme? Oh, Higurashi slander. Oh, okay. I could probably pull that up real quick. I'm gonna have to put it in a tab real quick. Alright. Higurashi slander created by the YouTuber Dari. Spell solo. He's too weak. Shaking my head. Ah, you're calling me weak? Come on. Come on. Alright. Window capture. Alright. Alright, I have it on the stream. It's kind of covering the window right now. Oh, I'm on. Oops, I'm on my personal YouTube account. Ah, fuck it. I mean, people know I sometimes, use my personal account for things, so I guess it's like, not a big review or anything, but I'm like, oh, I forgot I was on my personal account. Well, we won't get ads from my personal account, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I have a YouTubing account and also a personal account. Alright, let's see the slander. Hopefully the music's not copyrighted. Oh, I know this. Yeah, it's the slander meme. Keiichi making the stupidest mistakes over and over again. Rena when she sees something cute. Beyond telling Keiichi to put on the fucking maid outfit. Nice with the Goon meme. Shion when someone brings up Satoshi. Satsuko waiting for Satoshi to come back home. Rika being taken home by Rena for the ninth time that day. Tomotake dying for the ninth time. Is this someone reacting to that? Takano breaking into the ancient tool shrine for no good reason. Uishi about to tell some random kid about a gruesome death. Dressed up for the occasion. Akasaka just kind of existing. Tepping when Satoko is living her life, minding her own business. Aww. Aww. Rina. Irie when Satoko and Rika wear something cute. Kasai enjoying girly sweets. Hell yeah, Kasai. Hell yeah, Kasai. Hell yeah. Satoshi vanishing out. That's kind of what he does. He kind of just vanishes out. Is she just sleeping? Yeah, beautiful bossa nova for simple days. Yeah, okay. Okay, she was just sleeping. So that was Higurashi slander. Pretty accurate, actually. Pretty accurate. Rika is literally a doll. Even Oryu Sonozaki killed her. Yeah, Rina does not have a good ending regardless. Like, she never gets a good ending from what I can tell. Like, even in Go and Sotu, I think she got killed even in that show. Like, Teppei had a redemption, and I don't think Rina did, though. When did Oreo kill her? Hey, Mad Goldsmith. Or, wait, yeah, when did Oreo kill her? That does sound like something she might do, but what would be a reason for killing her? Because, yeah, Rina might have been a scammer, but I don't think she ever stepped on the Sonozaki's toes, did they? I don't remember Rina stepping on Sonozaki's toes. I don't think she did. Huh. Is there any other memes that I missed? Just put a new one up and meet. Oh, no. Oh, no, Kilato. No. What is this meme, Kilato? No. I don't like it. I don't like it from the thumbnail. Oh, it's 2 minutes? It's 2 minutes? What is this, Kilato? No. Oh, I'm already not liking it from the thumbnail alone. Not Oryu, just Sonozaki's in general, maybe. And Tataru Garoshi... would they have killed Rina and Tataru Garoshi? I mean, yeah, she was found kind of chopped up, though. In Higurashi Meguri, Oryu is infected and ends up killing Rika. Oh, are you talking about Rika or Rina? They're very similar names, so I kind of want to clarify. Is it Rika or Rina Oryu killed? As that's going on, I'm gonna watch on this day Aria. I don't like where this is going. I do not like where this is going. I gave it a preemptive like that I might regret.
This day is going to be perfect.
I feel like this song's copyrighted. I feel like this song is copyrighted. I'm gonna be on the safe side and mute it on stream, because I feel like this is copyrighted, but I'm gonna watch the video without the audio. We're talking about Rika. Okay, it is Rika. Yeah, okay, Tatagoroshi, yeah, she was found dead. It might have been the Sonozakis that killed her in Tatagoroshi, but I guess if they might have, yeah. I don't really know fully, but it probably was the Sonozakis, because I don't see anyone else in the story being the murderers of Rina, outside of maybe Teppei, but I don't think Teppei killed her. And yes, I'm gonna play it on mute for the main reasons of I'm just a little concerned about copyright. But I'm still gonna play it on stream. Yeah, it's just muted on stream though. That is very accurate to the canon of Erika. Oh. Weirdly enough, I don't know where this comes from. I don't know where the song comes from. This is really well made, though. Like, with the visual novel sprites, this is really well made. And yes, this is very in character for both of them. This is very cinematic. What is this from? In this area, I do not know where this is from. Is this from like a stage play? Oh. And she's getting pushed in a minecart? Away she flies. That laugh was loud. Alright, Beatrice, save Battler from Rika. Maybe not that close. Don't be that close. Oh, it ends there. Oh, it ends there. Oh. Really, it just ends right there. That was a little anticlimactic, but that was still really well made. Okay, hold on. My Little Pony song. My Little Pony? Wait, that's from My Little Pony? I mean, I know that My Little Pony has some really good, orchestration at times from what I've heard from friends who watched it. But My Little Pony? Is that really where it's from? Random question, Lee Kim, do you have plans on, like, Little Busters? It's still a nice little tearjerker of a visual novel by the people who made, Angel Beats and Clandid. Ooh. So I'm probably gonna play Little Busters not on the stream, and I'll give the reason why. Key, who is the owner of Clandid and Angel Beats, does not like Let's Plays or Let's Reads of their visual novels, so I'm probably not gonna do a live stream or, Let's Read series with Little Busters if it's made by Key. However, I could always do a review video later and, play the game, off camera and all that, since, I do try to avoid copyright at times. And I don't want to step on the toes of Key because they're very influential in the visual novel field, which is something that I might want to, get some work in later on. So I don't want to step on their toes. For Umineko and Higurashi, from what I'm seeing right now, it's okay to stream the games because many people have streamed the entirety of Umineko and Higurashi, so those games are fine. And, well, Kikonia is not, because Kikonia is presumptively still being made. I'm presuming that it's being made still. I'm not for sure, though. Because, there's not been a lot of news about Kikonia, and with more media from the When They Cry series coming out, I don't see Kikonia coming back anytime soon. Though I do know that it was in part due to social, political reasons that was going on. That's where Rikishi put a hold on the project, so, Yeah, I don't think it's going to be coming anytime soon with the current global state, if that was the reason for Kikonia's delay. There are some of them there by Newt 3015 since 5 years ago, and I think Pocket Watch Man too. Oh, maybe Little Busters is not included on the party of not allowing live streams or Let's Plays. Kikonia is probably not coming back anytime soon, yeah. Do you read Miyosakushi Hen? Miyosakushi. I need to remind myself which one Miyosakushi was. Miyosakushi. I wrote Mitsu. Miyosakushi. Miyosakushi. I don't remember. Oh wait, is this the alternative ending of the last game? Yes. Okay. I think this is the alternative of the Sumi Horiboshi. No, not Sumi Horiboshi. What was the last arc of Higurashi again? Oh, fuck. I should know this. It's not Sumi Horiboshi. What was the final arc? The 8th game, yeah. Is it the alternative 8th game ending? Mion's route. Oh, Mion's route. A Mion route. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Miyosakushi. Okay, yeah, no, Miyosakushi is kind of like an alternative episode 8 from what I'm seeing. I've not read it myself, but I do know about it because I've gotten spoilers for the arc, but I do plan on playing the, bonus arcs of Higurashi after I'm done with Umineko to give me, a little bit of a different game to play for visual novels, but also something in familiar territory because it's been a while since I played Higurashi. Well, Higurashi game. I still have not finished episode 8 of Higurashi, so I'm probably going to do that on stream because I was doing a Let's Read series of episodes 1 through 7 previously, so I might go back to episode 8. But, yeah. Miyosakushi might be the next visual novel one because I still want to, be in the When They Cry series after Umineko. However, I will be looking into Little Busters. New meme for me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is this a flex tape thing? Or, wait, no, okay. I just get Fruto Rika likes tape. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave it unmuted. Just for now. Yeah, just for now it's gonna be unmuted. But if it has to go back on mute, you will all understand because of copyright. Alright, let's do this. Fruto Rika loves duct tape. Everyone loves duct tape. Umineko meme. Let's do this. Okay. Everyone's using duct tape. Is that a dress? Oh, those are suits and dresses. Okay. Oh my god.
Thanks, duct tape. Thanks to duct tape, I don't have to buy razor blades.
Okay, that would be painful. Using duct tape to shave a beard, that would be painful. Oh. Oh. What are you doing with them? She's dancing with the duct tape? Oh. She's trying to get... Oh, uh-oh. Poor Battler. What were you doing there, Lip? Oh, the world is duct tape indeed. The world is duct tape. Many consider Miyosakushi as the true ending. It also has two versions, Miyosakushi Omote and normal Miyosakushi. Okay, so that is the alternative of the final of the 8th game. That is the final. Yeah, that is like out there the final one. Oh, why would you do that? That's gonna be painful. That's gonna be painful to take off. Oh, thanks for stopping the meme. Alright. Alright, that was Enrico Ferruto with the duct tape. You know, this would have been a good time for me to bring out duct tape on my own, but I don't actually have any duct tape on me. I don't have any duct tape on me, which is probably a shame on me. I'm not a true Fruto Rica fan. I don't have duct tape readily available. God, oh, the duct tape on the beer, that sounds painful. That sounds really painful. Like, even when, you know, sometimes when I shave, if it yanks on a hair wrong, I'm still, like, you know, feeling the pain. Shannon wanted all the boyfriends, so she duct taped their mouths. That's what she was doing. Well, I'm not going to continue on with that joke. Alright. Let me stretch out a little bit. You're not a true Rika fan, yet you always complain about her being forever gone. You see, duct tape's a material way of showing how much, you know, I'm a fan for a character. I don't show my passion through materials. I show my passion through a belief. So, thank you all for watching this stream. Me trying to get myself out of the hole I just dug for myself for a fictional character. But yeah, no, I'll be, no, we're not starting the Who's a Rika thing. So anyways, everyone, Duct Tape Okanogi was awesome. I do agree with that one. But yeah, for the 25th, I'm going to give a time very soon. It's probably not going to be until the late evening for my time. So it's going to be, late Christmas or after Christmas for most viewers. So yeah, due to time zoning and all that, it might be on the 26th technically, but it will be Christmas for me that day. So yeah, I will announce the time for the 25th stream, hopefully by the end of tonight, if not early tomorrow. I'm going to try to get that announced tonight though, since yeah, it's I'm on a big time crunch here for this one. But yeah, and on the 29th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing a Undertale live stream. Ava was also so happy with that duct tape. Yes, because she can bully with the duct tape. And then on the 30th, there will be probably the question mark zone or second part of the tea party for the live stream. Ava was so happy with that duct tape. And yes, maybe with this plan on the 30th, as well as the 25th, I will be able to accomplish my goal of finishing episode 7 by the end of 2024. That was my goal. I might be able to accomplish that. And I'm going to make another goal of finishing Umineko by the end of 2025. It's been almost 4 years since I started playing this game, so it's getting to the point where I should probably, you know, see the ending. See it all the way through. Ava and Okanogi, poor Hideyoshi. Yeah, poor Hideyoshi. But yes, with the plans right now, I should be able to get it all done by the end of this year. If not, as Ganema has assigned. If I don't get it by the end, it's going to be the Reaper. The Carolina Reaper. Because I want the punishment to hurt, and for me not to forget it. So if I don't make the goal by the end of this year, sometime in 2025, within the first month, it's Carolina Reaper. He's aiming to finish episode 8 by the end of the year. More months of hiatuses. I'm going to be graduating college soon. Hold on. There's not going to be a lot of hiatuses because I'm almost going to be graduated. And then we're going to have like 3 different scene changes for the background because I'm going to be moving out of this apartment and maybe moving, you know, to another place. So there might be a period where I have a hiatus because I'm moving. I'm also applying to a lot of jobs right now. So many jobs have been applied to. So more will be talked about in the future regarding that. Because despite applying to so many things, I've gotten more rejections than I'm willing to admit. Gotta love trying to get into technology. But yeah, thank you all for watching the stream. I'm gonna end it a bit early today, even though I had the whole like time span planned out for the stream. I'm gonna end it a bit early so that I can get ready for the 25th live stream. Graduated as a stream procrastinator. Nah. Well, I could get a bachelor's of science in a stream procrastination as well. But yeah, no, I'm going to be graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in video game development, so that's going to be pretty cool. And yes, Merry Christmas to all who celebrate Christmas. I know, yeah. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all who celebrate, as well as have a happy holidays, and I'll see you on Christmas Day. Thank you all for watching, and, I should probably start just drawing funny stuff on the board to end streams off, so that, we have a board of memories behind me. So if there's anything you want me to, write, want me to draw, let me know, because this is gonna be the drawing side of the whiteboard where I have a bunch of drawings. So I'm gonna draw something to end the stream. So I'm gonna clear out the board while also erasing my friends' drawings because I don't want to erase their drawings without their permission. Yeah. So the cat, worm, and Mad will stay. Everything else can be erased. All right, stream. Let me know what I should draw. What should I draw, stream? Can you imagine siblings with someone else's partner? What? For example, Rudolph and Natsuki are reclusive, Kyrie. Can you imagine siblings with someone else's partner? What? What does that mean? What? Like, is there anything I should draw at the end of the stream? What does that mean? What the hell did I just read? Whew. And yes, I probably should, give myself some tea to begin streams, so, calm down the throat, and also, make it so that it's, a lot easier to speak through, because, God, my throat's so dry right now. Try drawing myself. Why do we have to start with myself? A self-drawing? You should be a family comic swinger club. What in the Alabama is that suggestion? What in the Alabama does that mean? Okay, draw myself. God, that's gonna be it. Why do we have to start with a weird one? No, I don't want to draw myself. Alright. Oop, I threw the marker. Alright. Himizawa syndrome moment. Drawing myself. Is this from memory or from, what I'm seeing on the stream? Alright, I'm gonna do this by memory, so I'm not gonna look back and, look at myself. I'm gonna, block the webcam and only look at the chat. We could combine my idea with Kilato's idea. What is your idea, Ganema? And also, I'm gonna continue drawing myself without seeing myself. And I'm revealing how I'm not the best artist right now. Alright, what was your idea, Kilato? Draw my life. I'm not doing a draw my life right now. I said it's never a good drawing without the obligatory whiteboard dick drawing. It's YouTube. I can't draw a penis on YouTube, sadly. And also, I got most of the image done. I guess I give myself shorter hair than I actually have. But yeah, here's a drawing of myself. I guess I'll include the t-shirt. And I'm wearing my Hatsune Miku shirt. I don't think I draw that Hatsune Miku shirt. Hold on. I'm gonna just draw Hatsune Miku on my shirt because I'm not gonna redraw this whole drawing. Because, yeah, I'm wearing a Miku shirt right now. Yeah, so get the little hairbands of Miku. Alright. And I drew Hatsune Miku. She's a stick figure on my shirt. I'm too square. Hold on. Don't quote me on that quote. There we go. Here's a drawing of myself. Michael's self-drawing looks the age of looks the age of Draw My Life, or looks my age? New profile pic for the channel, new banner. I mean, once I get all the images on here, I could probably make the whiteboard into my channel banner. I guess this is going to be like a 2025 board, or at least, you know, the board until it gets all the way full and then I erase it. So, yeah, there's the Haunted Michael. I'm going to call this Haunted Michael. Haunted Michael. And this was drawn on December 23rd, 2024. Or you could draw yourself wearing a shirt of you drawing yourself. Would be a very fitting with all the loops you streamed. The loops? What do you mean loops? I'm not in a time loop. What do you mean loops? I'm not in a time loop. What do you mean loops? I'm not in a time loop. What do you mean loops? I'm not in a time loop. What do you mean loops? I'm not in a time loop.